Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Dom the Goblin. I am broadcasting here from a very, very safe distance from the Little Shop of Magic here in Las Vegas. I got with me some players. We're going to be doing a session of Dungeons and Dragons. Before I introduce everyone, just a couple of announcements. First of all, this wouldn't be possible without Wizards of the Coast, so we would like to thank them for their sponsorship. This content of Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition is sponsored by Wizards of the Coast. Being a Wizards premier store, Little Shop of Magic likes to take pride in everything that we do. We will be dealing with some minor technical issues throughout this just because we are streaming live and our players are coming from their homes. And so if by any chance people cut out, just kind of bear with us. We've all been having to make adjustments during this difficult time period. Also too, we are quote unquote nerds. So we definitely love to make references back and forth to different types of materials. So any other incidental pop culture references are the respective rights of their owners and do not in any way, shape, or form represent us. We just, I'll try not to. I'll occasionally bust into a song, I'm sure. So, all right, without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce our players. On your screen on the bottom left, we have Drea. Say hi, Drea. Hi, hello. Drea, your character, let's see here. What is your character's name, just so I have it down?
Lily.
Lily. All right, Drea's character's name is Lily. And Lily, what are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Is a female elf sorcerer.
Female elf sorcerer. Nice.
Pretty generic.
Okay. Lily, the female elf sorcerer, and we will be doing starting at a level 3 for our campaign today. In the middle of your screen, although they may jump in and out due to technical issues, but for now, we have Jake. Jake, if I remember correctly,
Hello.
You are a tiefling rogue named Cram?
That is correct.
Okay, tiefling rogue.
And Parmesan.
For today's purposes, we're going to be using generic pawns, as you can see up there on the map. Oops, they're just a little bit off screen. There we go. We'll be using some pawns to represent our characters. We will have miniatures, hopefully, in the next campaign. Although, Jake, your miniature's looking pretty good. I like it.
Thank you.
And then on the bottom right there, we have Natalie. Hi, Natalie. You are a female barbarian, is that correct? Well, not in real life, but
You don't know.
And your character's name again?
Hervor.
Hervor with an H?
Hervor. Yep.
Okay.
Named after one of the Valkyries.
Ah, Hervor, female barbarian. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're going to be doing a D&D campaign. We're going to be using an online app called Roll20. You'll see at the top right of your screen there. It's got a couple of just little things about Roll20. But what they're going to do is they're going to digitally roll so we can actually see their rolls as the DM. Normally you'd have like a screen here, so the DM kind of keeps their campaign just in their perspective. They have their own dice and stuff like that. For today's session, you're going to be able to see me clearly. You should be able to see the map. You'll kind of see some other things around kind of in that area, and we'll kind of zoom in so you guys can kind of see. But this is the general area of the map, and I'll be rolling my dice over here in my makeshift dice tray because I forgot it at home today. You'll notice this is the starter set for Dungeons and Dragons, which is kind of ironic because our campaign today is actually going to kind of continue on in that particular, I guess you could say, universe. It's going to be kind of a continuation from the starter campaign. So Wizards of the Coast has a great D&D starter set, and it really builds a nice background for that area, and that's kind of what we're doing. We're continuing on in that campaign. All right, a couple other items too before we begin. We have our D&D monsters. We have some D&D tiles. We have a lot of visuals for you guys to hopefully help. There may be a little bit of a delay and lag, so just kind of bear with me. And hopefully you guys can hear me clearly. Am I coming in on the mics okay? If not, I can adjust them. Do I sound good? Thumbs up? Okay.
Yeah,
good.
Sounds good to me.
Perfect. Awesome. I may get up and wander around. If I get a little quiet, just give me a heads up, and then I'll try to readjust as I go. Really quickly, just to make sure I have this, I put down your guys' character sheets somewhere. Now I'm gonna try to find them. Can I get an armor class for everybody, just so I know? I think Cram, yours was 15. Is that correct? Or
14.
14. Okay,
Close
yours
enough.
is 14. Okay, and then Hervor, what is your AC rating? Just so I know for
19.
19. Okay, I got that. And then Lily.
My armor is 13.
13. Okay, good. Just making sure we have that. Okay. So we're gonna kind of quasi pick up where our previous, I guess, session left off. But basically, what this is going to be backstory, so we know where our characters are and what's going on in this particular campaign, just so that we don't, have our audience sitting there going, "Wait a minute, we have this established characters, we have this established background. What's going on? I don't understand." Well, the way D&D works is there's a very large amount of backstory and lore that goes into it. But the great thing about this particular type of game is that you can kind of make the story your own as you go along. So you may have general settings and general backgrounds, but overall the story is what you make of it. So what I have here is, again, I have the starter set campaign booklet, and this kind of just sets the background of what's going on with the game itself, just so we can kind of get an established background. But I don't want to give away what happens in the starter set for those you do want to play and you want to adventure it on your own. It is called The Lost Mine of Phandelver. But this basically takes place in a similar area years later, near the Neverwinter Wood, near the town of Neverwinter. It actually takes place between the towns of Neverwinter and Phandalin. We are in the town of Thenwood. This campaign is titled The Thenwood Mysteries. All right, so the Thenwood Mysteries are going to kind of take place along some similar backgrounds to the starter campaign, but it's its own personal campaign. I am the storyteller. We have our adventurers. I am not that good at math sometimes, so they're going to be keeping track of their stats. And if we do have some situations where we're not sure, we'll kind of go through it as best we can. And I thank you all for watching and sticking through this. So let's go ahead and set our background. You guys ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right,
Yeah.
let's do this. Let's do this. Are you ready? Oh wait,
Already with the references.
Yeah, that's not that was my quote. Yeah, I totally do that. Yeah. Okay. So there was the Lost Mine of Phandelver that was recently discovered, so it's no longer lost. And since that point in time, a few adventurers have established themselves in the areas, and new towns are starting to develop as the mine is now, thriving, and the area begins to flourish a little bit. You adventurers, by your own personal backgrounds and experiences, have found yourselves along the trail called the High Road between Neverwinter and Phandalin. And you guys have decided to stop and rest at a small area called Thenwood. Thenwood is basically an inn, and that is between the two towns. So it's a very small kind of like area. It's not really a major community. It's just the inn, a couple of houses and workers for the coming and going of different traders and adventurers to kind of stop, rest along their way. So you're very familiar with this type of inn off the side of the road types of places, so to speak. So you as adventurers have made your way into the into this particular area, and you've kind of been in these situations before where you've just kind of stopped, maybe looking for a little bit of work to do, maybe earn a couple of extra coins along the way in your travels. However, you're not really in a situation where you're trying to find a place in particular. You kind of just wanderlusting away through this particular area. So we'll go ahead and start off with a little bit of background of what's happened in the last few days. So let's see here. Cram and Hervor recently came back from I guess we call it a mission, in which the innkeeper had asked to take care of some missing supplies. And so you guys have recently returned to the inn, successful on your adventure, and just enjoying a few drinks in the inn.
After taking a very long shower.
Yes, from being in the sewer system. Yes. I think the term was poo flung in a variety of different ways. However, Lily during this time period was getting to some magical hijinks and found herself, let's just say, detained at the moment. And so the immediate mission for you, obviously, is to get your friend back and to speak to the town guard captain to make sure that you can successfully get your companion back to safety and continue on your adventures. So we kind of caught up on that and say it makes sense for our adventurers. Hopefully our people at home are able to understand the background there. Okay, awesome. All right, so let's see here. Drea looking like she's about to drop some mad beats there. Are you good? Okay, you can hear me all right? Okay, just making sure. Oh, those youngins trying to multitask with their technology. Okay.
I've got it on 2 different screens here.
Yeah, no, of course. And that's the beauty about technology, is that you're able to do that. Of course, it does get a little difficult after a while and whatnot. So
I have 4 monitors right here.
Yeah. Oh, those youngins. Okay, so...
Well, I'm trying to fit like several windows on a single monitor right now.
We can pick new colors. I don't remember what we had last time.
I believe I was yellow and was made fun of profusely for it.
Okay.
I was blue.
And
I was green.
Green? Natalie, were you green?
I think I was green.
Okay. Okay, so let's take orange out of here.
9 times out of 10, I will pick green.
And I'll be getting up back and forth for a little bit and kind of moving around the table here. I do have a cord, obviously, for the microphone, so if there's a bit of a delay, I apologize. Just kind of bear with me. All right, so let's see if we remember this. We had yellow and green. We're in the inn. Hey, first day of the day. Our female barbarian is currently being detained. Okay, our detainment facility. Right, so
sorcerer being
You mean
detained.
the elf.
Barbarian is with us.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Thank you. The
Yeah.
sorcerer. Yes, that's right. The elven sorcerer is currently being
I was about to
detained.
say, what did I do now?
Yeah.
Right?
What haven't you done yet is what we're looking at.
Nothing they can
Ah,
prove. No, nothing they can prove yet.
Alrighty, so we have some people in the inn.
thought I was supposed to be the one that's constantly in and out of jail in this party.
Well, wait, are we talking about real life or
Hey,
Hold the phone
hey,
there, hold the
hey.
phone there.
Not true at all.
Okay. The innkeeper's name is, if I remember correctly, Sylvan, and his son is Jarek. Jarek has recently confessed to not necessarily stealing his father's shipments, but kind of using it to feed some of the homeless people that are located in the sewers. Unfortunately, those homeless people seemed to have disappeared, and there's nothing but goblins down there right now, and that seems to be a pressing issue as well. So let's go ahead and pick up where we left off. Sylvan, the innkeeper, has thanked you for returning his goods, and Jarek, the young lad, has said, okay, I will keep my promise. Let's go ahead and get your friend out of the detention center, just to make sure that that you guys are all squared up and good. He doesn't want to feel like he owes you any favors, so to speak. So
Much
Jarek
to
says,
Cram's displeasure.
yeah. I think Cram.
We are still getting the gold, right?
Yes,
Better.
I believe we handed out pieces last time, if I remember correctly. Was it
I don't think so.
60? No?
I don't believe we
Wait.
did. I think
no, it was-
we ended before.
Wait, yeah,
before
it was
then.
like, yeah, it was like 25 or 50 or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Was it? I don't.
Yeah,
It's been
each,
a little
right?
bit
If I remember
since
correctly,
then.
it was each.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
Alrighty, so go ahead and let's start that off in your inventory then. So 50 gold each for you two. Unfortunately, Lily
Rich.
sure I did.
is detained.
I'm still in jail. Great.
Yeah.
Okay, can I steal the gold
buy
off
a
of them
new-
later? I'll sell
We
25
could buy
for
a
them.
new sorcerer.
Hey!
He was doing this while you were in jail. I kid you
Okay,
not.
I
He
wanna
was like,
cast a
we can
spell
get
when
more
you
money
guys
if we
are
split it
here.
2 ways.
Hey,
Not
hey,
me.
hey.
I was defending you. I was defending
I
you.
have
Just
I have
say.
an enlarge reduce spell that I can throw a giant shoe at you.
Who throws a shoe? I mean, honestly.
Me.
Alright, there's second
me.
reference of the day.
I have no idea
I
what you're
couldn't help
talking
myself.
about.
Yeah, who threw the
Yeah.
Could not help myself.
Okay, let's go ahead and Jarek says, "Come follow me. I will take you to the captain of the guard. He is a dwarf named Josh Burlybeard. So I'm gonna go ahead and write down names too. If you guys want to do that as well, that'll help keep track of our characters. Okay. His name is Josh Burlybeard.
Does this man look particularly familiar?
Not necessarily. For you as a tiefling, most dwarves kind of look familiar, just because they all have.
I feel like that's wrong, but sure. Then again, I care much more about myself than anybody else anyway, so, you know.
Exactly. You look more at coin purses. If coin purses look familiar, then you probably know the guy in some way, shape, or form, or maybe you've crossed paths in the past. And
Yeah,
you are
we'll
roguishly
go with
handsome.
crossed paths.
You
Oh,
are
of course.
tiefling
As I am.
with devilishly good looks.
I
second
see
dad
what you
joke
did
of the
there.
day.
Tieflings
Alright.
are devils. Yeah.
Okay, so as Jarek leads you across the courtyard, you notice that a large gathering of people have assembled near the statue. And they don't seem to be peacefully assembling. You can definitely hear a lot of rumbling. You can hear a lot of agitation. And there's definitely quite a few names that are mentioned. A lot of accusations kind of seem to be going back and forth, like, no, she's the responsible for this. What are you talking about? There's no way that she's responsible for it. I think it's, and then you kind of hear another name mentioned, and there seems to be a lot of discontent going on in this crowd. It definitely looks like it could be forming into a mob as you see the people gathering near the statue in the courtyard. Okay.
Okie-dokie.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and is there anything you'd like to do in the courtyard before you enter into the detention area to see your companion?
No, I'm good at the moment. I'm trying to looking for my notes where I wrote down that stuff from last time.
Okay.
I think, ironically, the first time I played this character, I was in jail.
That's amazing.
That is.
First
that
time I
is
played
kind
this
of ironic.
character, I was almost in jail.
Okay.
Probably should be. But,
So, if you'd like, let's go ahead and start making our rolls here. Let's just do a basic perception check just to see if there's anything else that you may have picked up from your walking, your passing by.
Sure, give me a moment. Realizing that I messed up a couple of numbers in here. I'm trying to fix that. I'm converting paper to digital. It's always an issue.
No worries. Can one of you guys text the boss and let him know that the Steam login thing came up on the screen? Because I'm having difficulty seeing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. He says he can see it. Never mind. No worries. We're good. But if you could just minimize that window, can you text him for me, please, just so I can see? If for those of you watching, I'm sitting actually across the room, and I have a big digital screen where I can see all of our players' beautiful faces.
Naturally.
All right. I didn't see the roll 20 number, though.
But
We
you
may need
can't
to adjust
see.
that screen.
Is there a Steam pop-up on the window right there, or is that... never mind. I'm seeing a screen share.
Yeah, I'm seeing a Steam pop up on my window, so I just want to make sure that we can get it up. Just for me, just for my sake. Yeah, and again, there are technical things that are going to happen, so we'll just kind of bear with it, and hopefully we can get through and see that. All right, what was the first roll? I can't see the numbers. You're going to have to tell me.
The 22.
22, nice.
I need to roll my perception. Where's my perception bonus?
Okay, and what's the number on that? Jake, you hear me?
Right. There we go.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, yeah, I don't see anything. I see absolutely nothing. That is a 7.
Oh,
Forgot.
oh no.
Forgot that. Not the wisest character in this party.
Okay, which is kind of ironic because you are a rogue. Okay, so as you walk through,
Very charismatic.
Yeah, there you go. So as you walk through the courtyard, past the crowd of people towards the detention area, Hervor, you kind of hear a couple of names being mentioned back and forth. You kind of hear
same name I heard last time.
Yes. And then
Sylvan.
Sylvan, yep. Sylvan. Oh, that's right. Jarek was the innkeeper. Oh, my apologies. I wrote that down wrong. Okay, you hear the name Sylvan. Okay, and you also hear the name Andrea Dumas. Andrea Dumas comes up quite a bit, and there's definitely some tension there between Andrea and Sylvan. It almost sounds like it almost sounds political. Like one person is kind of liked by a couple other people, and one person's liked by the other. Those are really the two names that stick out to you the most. And Cram, you are just trying to walk by and strut your stuff. Adjust the hair around
as I do
horns a bit, and kind of doing smiles, nodding to people as you walk by, and kind of oblivious.
I'm a famous gladiator. That's kind of my thing. People know me.
Alrighty. So,
I look my best.
Yeah. So Jerickson, the young boy, the young lad, then is going to say, "Oh, here's the detention center," and as you say that, very stout-looking dwarf with a long beard walks out and says, "Ah, young Jerickson lad, it's good to see you once again, my boy. What is it that I can help you with?" And he kind of does a little nod, and turns towards you guys and says, "I believe their friend was detained recently, and my father sent me down here to make sure that she is let go. She's not the person you're looking for." And Josh Burleybeard kind of cocks his head to the side and says, "Oh, okay then, I see. There must have been some sort of misunderstanding, of course. Unfortunately, my men do need to get paid for their services to this lovely area. They, work very hard, and of course, it'd probably be about 20 pieces of gold to set her free, just because I want to make sure that my men need to eat and are well taken care of for their troubles." And then he looks at you, Cram, and Hervor.
10 gold, and I give a very, very mean look to Cram. It's like, come on, pony up the other 10.
Hey.
Hey.
I need
You
that.
wanted to leave her. You could help to pay to get her out.
I still think we can afford to buy another one. But fine. Sure. Fine. Take the.
I wouldn't say
What
just
if
sleep with one eye open. I'd say sleep with both eyes open. What if you what?
I happen to be a not so insignificantly famous prize fighter. What if we were But what if we're to make a little bet? Huh?
Wager, you say?
Huh?
Fighters know
Oh,
for
wait.
betting.
I say.
So what you're saying is you'd like to try to persuade him to maybe renegotiate? Is that your intent there, Cram?
I would say so.
Okay. Alrighty, sir. Let's go ahead and let's make a persuasion roll. Let's see how well you can.
Certainly. Okay. That is a 17.
Ooh, quite nice. Do you have any modifiers there?
That is after my +5.
That's
I'm a very
okay.
charismatic man.
Right. Let's see what he. And that is an
Charismatic
absolute
at all, have no
failure. Wow! If you guys have dice rolls like this, you're gonna be so successful today. Oh man.
I mean, all right.
Josh Burleybeard is obviously a man who likes these types of friendly competitions, and he says, what kind of gamble do you have in mind? I'm interested. You have my ear."
Well, first off, I think the lovely people of this town would certainly enjoy a nice show. So, what if we were to perhaps have a little bit of a duel, gladiatorial combat? What would you say to that? Nothing permanent, nothing deadly, just for show, you know.
Josh Burleybeard
Give the people something.
Definitely is interested in what you're saying, and he kind of leans in close to you and says, "You know, I am a bit of a sporting man myself, and perhaps I may have some competition that you might be interested in competing against." He kind of looks at you and says, "My fellow brethren, Dom Shortbeard, has recently come across some, shall we say, problems in his mind regarding a few kobolds. If you can capture and bring them back, I'm sure we can give entertainment to this town, and you can show your gladiatorial prowess against these vile creatures. Would that interest you?"
And I just kind of look over at okay, what's your character name again? I'm sorry.
Herbivore.
Herbivore, right. Look over Herbivore and just give the little just a few
So is our
kobolds.
friend gonna? Are you just leaving our friend sitting in jail for this whole time, or is she allowed to go with us?
And then I just kind of turn back to the Josh Burleybeard. That's what his name was, right? Yes. Okay, I wrote that down. Yes. I turn back to him and just kind of like, we would like to have our friend with us though for this little adventure.
He says, "Of course, we can make that arrangement, but we need a gentleman's promise that you will return with our little show."
I'll put up the whole
And
20.
I will
and if we come
totally
back-
shake his hand.
Okay. And you said you want to put up the 20 as a down payment, and
I will
And
put
then
up
I
the
will
20
look at
as
her and just be
collateral.
like,
okay. Alrighty, that sounds good. So we'll go ahead.
Because I foresee bad things. Let's just put it that way.
Okay. So
The
you'll
whole
put down the
point
20 as
is- okay,
collateral.
whatever.
We'll call that a gentleman's bet.
Yeah.
They've shaken hands,
All
and
right.
so you promise to bring back a couple of kobolds for entertainment purposes to kind of liven up this town. And he agrees to release your friend, who at this time was practicing some spells in the cell there, just to make sure that she kept up on her game. Jerickson, the innkeeper's lad, is going to go ahead and head back, and he's going to, see that things have gone okay with you guys. During this conversation, he kind of just scurries a little way on his little legs. Would you like to
I don't blame him.
enlighten now, Miss Lily, with your plans?
So
And she comes out and we're like, he wanted to leave you. Just so you know.
that is
He wanted to
not
leave you.
entirely true. It's only partially true. But we got you out. We got you out, and we got a job.
That's not okay.
Sort of.
No. Mm-mm.
It's totally fine. What are you talking about? It's great.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. We'll
I
be
want to
good.
show.
Just
I want to throw a
kobolds.
big shoe at him.
Please don't throw a big shoe.
Okay, so Josh, Burlybeard
really-
suggests that you go speak with the local swordsmith, John Ironbreaker. So I'm throwing a lot of names out here, so if you need to write these down, of course. He's just across the courtyard here with his wares. He knows how to get to Dom Shortbeard's operation. It is a mine nearby, and he will definitely be able to give you the directions to that. And Lily's kind of like just doing her thing, you know.
So what is Dom Shortbeard again?
So Dom Shortbeard is the cousin of Josh Burlybeard, and he has a local mine that's having some issues, quote, issues with kobolds.
Gotcha.
So tit for tat here.
Sure,
He can
right,
help
okay.
his cousin get rid of these kobolds, but try to bring them back alive, because that would make for a good show in this town.
Of course.
Alrighty.
Making creatures dance for their pleasure.
Again, during this whole interchange, you definitely notice that there's a crowd of people gathering, and it's going to be kind of difficult to make your way through this courtyard area without at least bumping into one or two people. And it's definitely getting a lot louder and a little bit noisier. You can pick out a few people here and there. Again, Hervor, you're able to hear two names that come up, Sylvan and Andrea. Mr. Cram, you're busy, sharpening your blade and fixing your hair. That you're not really hearing much names, but you definitely can tell there's a large crowd of people that's going to be between you and the weaponsmith. Miss Lily, you've now been taken out of the detention area, and you yourself also know that there's a large crowd of people here. Go ahead and make a perception roll. Let's see what your rolls are like today.
Okay, let's see if dice rolling on Roll20 will work. So my perception, I have a +3 on that, so let's see what happens. If there's a bad roll, I am using my own dice.
If you get a negative roll, I'm gonna laugh. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, so let's do
and
a
again, for
+3.
those of you watching at home, you should be able to see the dice roll at the top right there.
16.
There you go, 16.
Nope.
Hey, nope, that is
Wait.
not a 16.
Okay,
an
you know,
8.
I'm using my dice.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That's not a 16. That is an 8. You're
Oh,
still
that's
kind of brushing off the fact that you were in this nasty hole-in-the-wall little detention cell next to a smelly dwarf. Who you're
I
not
came over a
particularly-
bad hangover.
Yeah,
Like, hey, what happened?
yeah, and you're kind of nursing yourself from this whole ordeal of getting detained overnight.
Well,
Slight headache, not really noticing much other than it's just loud, noisy, and there's a smelly dwarf next to you.
oh, great. Just what I needed.
And now there's a smelly tiefling.
Yes.
Hey,
Alrighty, folks, just
Hey.
to kind of
shower.
Hey.
yeah, maybe
washed
that's
my
what the smell
hands.
was. Yeah, that could have been it. Quite a bit, actually.
Crowd is not practicing proper social distancing.
Yes, shameful, shameful. Okay, so just to kind of get our viewers and you guys caught up for the map, so we know the inn is here. Okay, this is where you guys were at earlier. We know that Jarek and Jerickson's there. We have a crowd of people in the courtyard. We have a statue here of someone named Dane Shortbeard. That's what we've discovered from our kind of introductory adventure, but that's so we know. And then we know that there's a weaponsmith across the courtyard over there. We don't know much about anything else in this particular area as of yet. So, where would you adventurers like to go now?
Over to the swordsman. Let's or the swordsmith, swords person,
Swords.
I want to
Sword
see if I
guy.
can get a new weapon.
sword dude,
Yep, we need to go.
man of swords.
We need to go
To
talk
kill
to
him.
John. Big shock.
Yeah, he's a bit intimidating, let me tell you.
Definitely
Alrighty.
earned the name Ironbreaker.
Yeah, we try to keep it PC here. We went with Ironbreaker instead of what I wanted to name. Heyo. All right, so let's bid adieu to Josh, and let's head on over. As you make your way through the crowd on over to the swordsmith, a human stops you and says, "Wait, my friends, where are you headed in such a hurry? Hold on. You might be interested in something I have for you. You adventurers look like you're here, and maybe you need a bit of relaxation and fun. Would you like to stop for a moment and hear what I have that you might be interested in?" Kind of stops right.
So who is
Sure.
this? Who is this?
Someone jumps
that
out
said
from
this?
the crowd and just gets right in front of your group as you're kind of making your way through to get to the swordsmith. Would you like to stop and listen to his proposition, or would you like to continue on in your adventure?
I'd like to
You
look
looking
this
to
guy
sell
over.
something?
Who is this dude? This random person.
Would you like to ask for his name?
Yes. Who are you?
Sure.
Done.
Okay.
Is he like cloaked, or is he hidden, or is he what's his deal?
He's kind of blending into the crowd. You didn't notice him at first. You're kind of cutting your way through the crowd, and suddenly this guy just kind of stops right in front of you and says, "Hey, where are you guys going? I've got something you might be interested in." Please.
I'd like to ask how much.
How much? And he says, so it may have sparked your interest. You see, I deal with, shall we say, rare fungi that may particularly spark your interest in relaxation and your own adventures, right from your home, right from the comfort of your seats, right from the comfort of your hearth. You, my friends, be interested?
You lost me at
fun
guy.
Cram is not a fungi person.
We should have like a little graphic that's just number of dad jokes.
Yes, keep it toll there.
It's like ding.
Yeah. He introduces
I think we're at
himself
3.
as an entrepreneur of all things fungus. And he likes to sell his wares to adventurers and some of the locals, but he doesn't necessarily keep shop. He likes to keep moving from town to town, from settlement to settlement. He is Stephen Bertray, the purveyor of fine fungi.
No, I'm
starting to notice a pattern with these names.
Would you like to continue on and pass on this particular opportunity?
I would. I'm thank you, but I've already eaten.
Thanks, but he lost me at fun guy.
What about you, Lily?
I don't
Cram's
know. That
allergic
seems
to
kind of fun.
Oh god.
Heyo.
Here we go again.
I gotta deal with him, and now I gotta deal with her.
Stephen Bertray can definitely see that Cram and Herbivore are not, Herbivore are not interested. But
To Herbivore, I would go with what he's offering.
A little bit of spark in the eyes of Lily, and says, you, this beautiful elven goddess, seem interested in what I have. He says, I am the purveyor of fungi, and these magical substances can take you on all kinds of adventures, right from the comfort of your own home. And he says, if you'd like, I would be happy to offer you these for the low price of 10 silver pieces.
And he really lost me. We're out. Or I'm out.
Right, so you guys are gonna pass on this.
Or at least I'm gonna pass it. I don't know about you guys.
Okay. Oh, he seems to have stopped Lily. Lily, has he piqued your interest? You there?
Did we lose Drea?
I think we might have had a little bit of lag.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Yeah, got it.
Okay.
It's connected again.
All right, no worries. Are you interested in what he is selling?
For the heck of it, yes, I am.
Alrighty. So,
Get it to go.
yeah.
Don't eat
Yeah,
in.
let's not,
Don't dine in right
I'll
now.
take it to go, but
Okay.
maybe perform
So
some science experiments
he
on it
offers
later.
you a pouch of his
Get a receipt.
Yeah.
Then returns or exchanges.
Alrighty. So are you okay with 10 silver pieces for this exchange?
If I have to, can I rob it back from him?
You can try, sure. He
Yeah,
gladly
so I'll
thanks
pay
you
him
for your
10 silver.
patronage, and he goes
I
to
want to try
town.
to steal a gold piece.
Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and do a sleight of hand roll for you.
Okay.
She's gonna get herself right back in jail.
All right, let's see here.
Not
I'm
getting her
gonna
out
give
this
myself
time. Just saying.
right back in.
Can stay there.
No,
And then
we
I
don't
have a
know
plus
this
3 on
app
sleight of
works for you.
hand.
Have your own
13.
adventures in the comfort of your own cell.
Okay. As he
What, Drea?
turns away and kind of makes his way back into the crowd, you're able to slip your hand slightly into his coin purse and pull out a gold coin.
Yeah. I got a gold piece.
Alrighty, so he's
I thought he was the rogue.
See, what I try to do, I end up being like the most mischievous one, but I'm really not in the character, so that's why it's deceiving. Sorceress,
Lord.
man.
Yeah, I won't see it, and I know you have the illusion part of your background, correct? Is that
The illusion what?
Cram, she's
don't you have like
Okay.
illusion in
Can
your
you do it?
background and your magic?
no.
Uh,
Drea.
Natalie, you're cutting out a little bit.
Oh. Am I?
Oh,
You
I
were.
got you. You're good.
Okay, I was about to say.
Okay.
See any drops.
Alrighty, so we'll
But
make our way down.
Cram, she's showing you up.
Okay, so we've made our way down to the weaponsmith, the swordsmith here, John Ironbreaker, who is a very gruff, solid-looking dwarf. And what's really odd about him is that he's actually fairly clean-shaven for a dwarf. He still has his long, kind of sideburn-looking mutton chops going on there, but as far as the center part of his face, it's very nice and clean-shaven. He's got very short, cropped hair, so it doesn't look like your normal type of dwarf. It's possible this could be a part of this job. It could be something along those lines, but that's pretty much the only odd thing that sticks out about him. He greets you guys and says, "What do you want?"
We're told to ask you about some kobolds.
Oh yeah, you're supposed to point us in the direction of Dom Shortbeard.
Yeah, that guy.
I see you've been talking around town to Josh. It's like, you know what? I'm not sure if you guys can handle this, but Dom Shortbeard's been doing a mining operation for quite some time now and is hitting trouble with kobolds. He's making a way for himself, but I don't necessarily agree with what he's doing. But if it helps you any, sure, I can give you directions over there if you want to head on down to his mining operation. But
what is it you don't like about what he's doing?
What was that?
I said, what is it you don't like about what he's doing?
Oh, very good. Okay. Basically, from my understanding, is he is trying to make a name for himself through wealth, and he claims to have found gemstones in this kobold-infested mine.
You don't say.
Yeah. Thinks he's going to outdo his kin, Dane Shortbeard, and he wants to make a name for himself and have his own statue in this courtyard. Because I don't think he's amounting to anything. He's kind of a bum.
Yeah, we're happy to relieve him of some of his coin.
But he's also kind of worried about him to a certain extent. He tells you that, I don't think it's safe what he's doing. I think he needs more help. He's down there by himself most of the time. He'd hired a miner recently named Nat Rockbreaker. But she's kind of just gone off on her own, and she's kind of that nature type, free spirit, hangs out in the woods way too much. Should spend more time working.
Fictional characters, no
person is
resemblance
being
to
maligned.
real,
I think this person is. I'm just gonna put it out there. I think this person is being maligned.
no resemblance to real people intended for us.
John also says, I highly suggest that you get and seek her help. He's kind of left Dom. She's kind of left Dom by himself. But she's such a free spirit. Who knows where she's at? He suggests talking to more people in town to see if you can find her and ask for her aid, just because of the difficulty that Dom's been having on his own. But don't expect it to be easy to find her. She's kind of lost in the woods. Boom! Dad joke again.
All right, yeah. What are we at? 5 or 6 now?
I see.
This should have been called the Dad Jokes campaign.
Seriously. Just every time.
And then he says to you, you guys gonna buy something or what? Oops. No pop culture references.
Oh, it's a very good question. Let's see, what do we got?
Yeah, you know what? What are you selling?
What you got, man?
Snuck that one in there.
Well, it depends on what you're looking for, but in his situation, he does have a couple of small melee weapons, a few martial weapons. The only thing he has ranged-wise is a light crossbow for sale. But he's got things like, a couple of axes, mauls, rapiers, scimitars, a couple of smaller type hand materials, hand axe. What was that?
Got any ball bearings?
No, not in this situation. But he does happen to break those quite a bit, being the iron breaker that he is. It's John. I mean, it's kind of his.
Yes. Does he have any magical weapons or things that have like some sort of type of magic to them?
No, he does not. But he does have a quarterstaff that he does recommend can be imbued quite easily. He's heard of local adventurers that take their staves over to someone nearby, a human named Kat Anime. She does quite a bit with magic mumbo jumbo, according to him.
Both mumbo and jumbo, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds legit.
Would you be interested in purchasing a quarterstaff?
No, pass.
Okay. What about you? What about you, travelers? You guys gonna buy anything?
The crossbow bolts.
Okay. He definitely can provide you with those. They are going to be a.
I'd like to buy.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I was just going to say I'd like to get about 20.
20? Okay, he can make you a deal that he'll do them at 20 for 10 silver pieces.
Okay.
All right, let's go ahead and add those in. I probably should have asked you what your weapons are to begin with, but I trust you guys know your numbers, so. What about you, tall, dark, and handsome, with a long tail?
Ooh.
Not really that dark, kind of a light blue color, but Nah, I think I'm good. I've got what I need.
Okay. All right.
I have a crossbow and a dagger already.
I have a rapier and a whip. And a short bow, but
Whip.
who uses short bows? Come on. I mean, really.
Okay.
Nobody uses
Warhammer.
ranged weapons. Come on.
But I have to have a crossbow for
Come
some range
on.
stuff. So
Alrighty.
I'd rather smack things with my hammer.
Okay, so we good at
Nobody uses
any
ranged
purchases for this moment? Just kind of sure we're.
I'm good for now.
Okay, so just as you finish up your purchases with Mr. Ironbreaker, the curious gentleman kind of peers over from the cart next to him, and he says, "Oh, did I hear right? Are you looking for Nat Rockbreaker? I think I might know where she's located."
Oh, that'd be helpful.
Who
Who are you?
He says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to eavesdrop. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Jake Farmstate.
Of course.
I am the local grocer and farmer in this area, and I was recently out picking some fruits for sale, and I'm pretty sure I ran across her, but she seemed kind of off, like almost like she wasn't her usual self. But she was out not too far along the trail, and I think she might be in some kind of trouble. But if you if you can find her and just make sure that she's okay, I'd be greatly appreciative. We've been friends for quite some time now, and I know she loves her nature, but I think she may have gotten herself in a sticky situation.
This trail, north, south, any particular direction?
The trail is actually north of the town, just between the entrance of the river, where it goes into the forest. But the good thing is that as he kind of marks on the little kind of map area that John Ironbreaker laid out for you, it's actually along the way to the mine. He says, I saw her right about here, and he kind of marks a little spot on this little map area that John was able to lay out for you. He says, I'm pretty sure she went slightly off trail into the woods, and he kind of gives you a little marking to the east. Wait, hold on, make sure I got my, yeah, a little bit marking to the east.
Sure.
But if you're heading down to Dom's mine, I'm sure that you might see her and help her out if she's in trouble. But he's a little concerned, and Mr. Farmstate is seems to be the type of guy that really cares about the people he comes across.
So what you're saying is he's shaking in his khakis.
Yeah, so to speak, his leather chaps. Yeah. Okay.
Chaps.
Yeah.
As a random aside, I hope you noticed that my miniature does actually have khakis.
Yes, he does. That made my joke so much better. Alrighty. Okay. Yep. So would you guys like to start heading out on your path to Dom's mine, or do you want to still hang around town, kind of check things out, talk to a few people? Any supplies or items you guys would like to do before we move on?
I say time's a wasted.
I was like, this town doesn't seem so exciting.
Yeah, it's not yet, at least. I mean, we're the most exciting things in here.
Yeah.
The most exciting thing in here, let's be real.
The mob forming is not exactly,
mobs are dime a dozen. Everybody's got a mob nowadays.
Yeah.
Well,
and raves.
Yeah. Remember, this is
They'll
still
probably
technically
be here when we get back.
Settlement. Not really quite a town yet. It's more of just like an inn and a few people kind of just joining in the area. But eventually, it's heading towards that township.
That was another dad joke.
Hey,
on a roll. Let's let's go.
Yeah,
Who needs this
I
anyway?
don't need any supplies. I'm pretty full up still from the last time. So
yeah.
Alrighty. What about you,
we
Lily?
left on a high note.
To move on with our adventure here.
Yeah. Do you need anything?
What?
Do you need to pick up any healing or anything like that before we leave?
Oh, heck no. Let's go. My magic is with me. I'm good.
Okay. right. Well, I don't know what your
Okay.
rolls. Your rolls may not be with you, but.
Well, I blame Roll20 for that.
Yeah, sure. Let's blame roll. Okay, so let's see.
Wow. Can I pick up some luck potions?
Oh,
You'd have to go
wait,
see
you
if they
guys
have
maybe
any.
kind of major.
Yeah, we left town.
So you're probably going to see a little bit of overlap here. Between like the maps and stuff. You'll kind of, hopefully, I will try to make it as best I can. There to kind of edit. We should have. There we go. Let's cover this, shall we? Let's see. Okay. There we go. Haha. Wonderful. Like it. Okay. Okay, so, fine adventurers, you find yourself moving towards the trail that will lead you through the woods, over the hills, and,
To grandmother's house?
yeah, there we go. I mean, no, what are you talking about? I'm just making a general statement. Yeah, that's not a reference to anything whatsoever. Okay, alright, so you've made your way through the trail, and you've come across an opening that is, can you guys see, and it's a little bit dark, can you see your characters down here in the corner? The lighting got
Little
kinda weird.
blurry on my end, but
yeah, one of the
can
lights
see
just
though.
started flickering, so it's kind of dark right now.
Can see it though.
Okay, so you've made your
See how
way
it looks
into
on
a
screen.
clearing, and this is the spot on the map where if you continue on the trail to the east, so this is east over here. I know that's really weird because the camera's kind of weird, but this is our eastern direction, okay? And then north is that way, so that's where the path kind of continues on, but it hits a clearing area, and it is eerily quiet. The forest was kind of rustling with birds and critters, but once you come to this clearing, you've noticed that there's kind of a hush. It's not really as loud as it once was a moment ago, and you feel that there's kind of a chill in the air that kind of tingles up the back of your spine for a moment. So you definitely feel like something is a little bit off as you've made your way into this area. But according to the marking on the map that Jake put there, this is the spot where he last saw Nat Rockbreaker. Would you like to continue on your path, or would you like to maybe veer off a bit to see if you can find out where
I'd like to roll for perception just to see if we can see any disturbances or anything.
Okay. Ready? Let's go ahead and make a perception roll. Is that a 16?
Yep.
Second. Okay. Alrighty. As you make your way into this clearing area, you definitely notice that there's some slight disturbances to the east in the tree line. You could tell that something has gone through there recently. Don't really see any evidence from this point where you're at, unless you move kind of closer into the clearing. What exactly it is, but you can definitely tell that some of the branches and stuff has been parted a little bit. So there's definitely something heading into that back corner.
Can I use a like a nature and intelligence check to see if maybe I can detect any differences of environment?
Okay, so you want to do a nature check to see if you can kind of pinpoint what's going on in this particular area. That's fine.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do a nature check. See what you got.
All right, that is a +4. So
Rolls a 2.
16. No, 8. What the heck, man?
Is that your second 8 in a roll you've rolled?
Okay, let me. I'm gonna use my dice. Okay, 13 + 4, 17.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
not using D20 anymore.
Alrighty. So, as you walk in and try to identify the nature, you look down and say, "Oh, look, a pretty butterfly." And then suddenly you look upward and something catches your eye. You notice that, that there's a movement in the trees beyond the tree line to your east, and you notice that there's definitely something large stirring behind that area.
Is it almost like a spooky, ominous feeling that shouldn't be there?
As far as the chills on the back of your neck go, you're definitely getting that feeling.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Cram.
Yes.
Was it Cram or Cram? Cram. Mr. Cram. Anything you'd like to do as you enter this clearing?
Well, have they told me about or has Drea said anything about this bad feeling?
Would you like to? I got a bad feeling about this.
There we go. That's what I was waiting for.
Did you say anything to that nature, Lily?
Push him into the clearing?
Hey, Cram, go take a look.
Yeah, right. Let me kind of strut forward as I do and kind of see what I can see.
Okay, he's going to strut forward and kind of see what you can see. So go ahead and strut forward. Make a perception roll. Let's see if we can see anything. So he's going to kind of push his way through.
Hey, that's a nat 20.
Nice. You kind of push
21.
your way through into the clearing and say, hold on, wait. There's spider webs over there. There's definitely spiders nearby. I can feel it.
Oh,
I can
beautiful.
See it. I do
not
do
well
you
with
can't
spiders.
smell it. You still smell yourself, unfortunately, from our sewer adventures. So,
Hey, I showered.
Hey, Cram.
It happened.
Hey, Cram. Why don't you go out there and draw their attention?
No.
We'll help. We swear.
Yeah. Let's not do that. Not gonna do spiders. Spiders. We don't do spiders here. Just gonna back out very slowly.
okay.
Just kind of.
Oh, since he has a fear of spiders, can I play with that?
No, you may not.
I don't know. Let's see what the DM says.
So, from your perspective, as you walked forward, you could definitely see a little bit through the branches and stuff that have been separated, and you can definitely see that there's spider webs back there. So,
yeah, let's go a different direction.
Like person-shaped wrapped.
At this point, you can't really tell or see anything from this perspective. But you definitely can tell that, like I said, from that clearing area, there's been stuff that's a lot of movement has gone through that section. It's kind of split open and branches, cracked and stuff. So.
This Nat person who sounds so great. I think we should definitely go and investigate and see if there's anything we can do to help her.
What do you guys think?
I mean, you go first.
I'll go first.
No, I think you should go first, and
I'll go first.
Nope, that's not happening.
I go first.
Not in a million years.
Lily has volunteered, so
all right.
Sure,
Lily,
she can go first. Go.
Lead the way.
We believe in you. Total confidence.
Total confidence.
I will be right behind you.
Gonna make a deception roll here.
No, it's still daytime, I think, isn't it?
You're
I mean, is it shadowy at all or no?
The only
is there any shadows to it, or like does it just look like a normal forest? Okay.
Right here, where the trees are, you're going to see more shadows, but in this clearing area, you can see it pretty well. So you've probably got a good, probably about a good 60 feet in front of you that you can see nice and clearly, except for that opening or pathway.
Okay, I'll go first.
Let me guess. You're just going to randomly cast Fireball into a clearing.
Can I do that?
We're trying not to kill the person we're trying to
Fireball.
save.
Okay, so...
I mean, I approve of just Fireball.
I think...
I approve of this.
You sure you don't want to go first?
Huh?
Nope, that's not happening.
I was asking Cram if he wasn't sure if he wanted to go first.
Just burn it all.
Okay, so
burn it all
Cram
down.
slowly backs away, and Lily, you're gonna
Yep.
kind of make your way up past him, or actually right up next to him. So what would you like to do?
So I kind of just want to like keep walking, but cautiously, kind of like looking around the area and see if there's anything different that we can notice that's closer when we're closer up.
Okay, so
I would like to go ahead and put my crossbow to the ready.
okay, so arm your crossbow. Go ahead.
I kind of have some like a magic ball ready, but
Yeah,
in
I would like to
case.
pull out my rapier just in case.
Okay, go ahead and Lily, let's make a stealth check, please.
Okay. Okay, that is a 5.
Alrighty. So Lily slowly makes her way just past Bram, and she steps on a twig, and we hear this echoing through the whole area. And as she does, a very large giant spider suddenly comes skittering out from the little pathway of branches there.
Oh,
And,
lovely.
Ooh, can I? Since I have my spells ready, can I acid splash it?
Let's go ahead. You guys will get a reaction, and then we'll go ahead and do our combat from there. So since you guys are kind of at the ready, we'll go ahead and give you each of you one quick reaction, and then we'll enter combat here. So go ahead.
Roll a 20.
Andreas, what do you
Drea,
want to do?
You said you wanted to
It's
do
a
something
reaction.
before we.
So, no, I kind of had an acid splash, so I was just ready to attack.
Okay, so you had your
Go for it.
whatever. Go ahead and just get at your attack there.
Roll for attack.
Yep, go ahead and roll for attack.
That was a 15. And I have acid splash, which is a cantrip.
Okay. All right, so the attack is successful. You see this suddenly, just see this thing coming out of the trees. You don't even realize it's a spider right away, and just cast your acid splash onto it. What is your range?
I am looking for that really quickly. My character sheet's on my computer here.
Okay, no worries.
Acid splash. So, it's 60 feet.
Okay, perfect. That puts you right at range.
It's instant, and I do a dexterity saving throw. Oh wait, no, that's not it. Or I can throw a bubble of acid, choose a creature within range, or 2 creatures within range of 5 feet of each other. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And it's instant.
Okay. So it is successful. You see the acid splash directly onto the spider as it just comes skittering out of the forest, and you hear it go. Oh wait, that didn't sound. I forgot I'm not using this mic. Hold on.
So, do you want me to roll for how much damage?
That is terrifying.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for
Okay.
damage.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my best spider impression.
So it's a
Getting hit by acid.
1d6 or dexterity. Which one should I do?
If it's ranged, it's Dex.
Mm-hmm. Dex, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you hit physically, it's strength.
Mm-hmm.
It says, yeah. Okay. So dexterity roll. 10 plus my modifier, which is 13.
Sorry, I'm just chewing some food. I apologize. Alrighty. And
I got Dex is 13.
Yeah. So you see the acid splash up in its face as it rears up its legs, and it kind of goes. Okay, and it kind of pushes it backward. You can tell it's now definitely not happy because you caught it by surprise.
And threw acid on it.
Yeah. So you guys, you get a free reaction here because you caught him coming out before he realized you were there. So go ahead, Cram or Hervor, between the two of you, go ahead and you guys can take a free kind of like maneuver here.
How far am I away from this spooter?
You're still within the range of 60 feet. Oh wait, you are yellow. Yeah, you're still within the range of 60 feet.
But you've got a rapier.
Yeah,
You
and
have
a
to
whip.
run.
I also have a whip.
You have to run though. Go.
Yeah.
Run out into the clearing.
Is your
I
whip
feel like
named-
that's a poor decision.
Is your whip named Shenane?
No, it is
just
not.
Curious. Okay.
It is just a whip. It is
While
named
Cram
cool.
is deciding what to do, I think I shall launch a crossbow bolt.
There we go. That's what is that? Dad joke number 10 by now.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let's. All right. Let's. Where are you going?
Well, you've got.
I've got a crossbow. I'm going to fight it.
You're shooting. Okay. I do have a short bow, but who the hell uses short bows? So let's try and get closer, but sneakily, stealthily.
Okay, so do you kind of want to run along? You've got a couple options here. I mean, do you want to go kind of like sneak straight forward?
Kind of along the side, yeah.
Tree line here or tree line here in the fields?
Along the side of the clearing. Either side works.
Either side. Well, okay, either side. Sure, let's go ahead and put you. Let's see, along the clearing. What's your How fast can you? How far can you move?
I am a speed 30. Yeah, 30.
So you kind of cut the distance there. Okay. Do a little skip thing. See this little bluish tiefling kind of run along the tree line. Okay. And then Nat, you get a free thing here before we enter official combat.
I'm going to launch a little crossbow bolt at it.
Right.
He's perfectly within range.
Okie dokie. Let's go ahead and
that is
attack.
I'm gonna do 11.
All right, take out your crossbow and shoot, and
That's
narrowly misses. Definitely could have been a better aimed shot, but it goes a little wide over the creature, simultaneously as acid splashes in its face. So, fortunately, shot is a narrow miss. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and we're going to roll for initiative because at this point in time, as the spider screams, from acid splash, 2 more large spiders emerge from the trees.
Oh,
Ooh,
lovely.
Okay.
Fantastic.
That is bad.
Same area?
One is a little bit further towards where the path continues on, so now it's blocking that pathway, and another one actually comes in from close to where Lily has to
Where I
spell.
at?
Great.
This one's a little bit closer. This one is about 10 feet away, 10 to 15 feet away. From Lily, that one's about 10, 15 feet away from... Actually, it's about 20 feet away from Cram. This one's still about 60. It is definitely writhing in pain from acid in its face. Let's go ahead and roll for initiative,
Okay.
please.
All right.
And just tell me your number if you can. Oh my gosh. What did I tell you guys? You guys are going to get some good... Oh my
Here.
gosh.
Thanks to my rakish audacity, I get to add my charisma bonus to my initiative. And I still only got a 13.
Okay, so let's see here.
It's better than me.
Amazing.
Plus 8.
Where is my initiative?
man.
So Cram 13, and then Hervor, you're at 11? Am I reading that
11.
right?
Yep.
Okay. And then what did you get there, Lily?
I am looking. I'm sorry. Okay, my initiative bonus. Okay. That is a 21.
Hey, nice. Nice. Well, since you
Really?
took the initiative to attack right away, it only seems fair that you would be the first one in combat. So, Lily, we are now in combat. It is your turn.
Okay. Because we have 3 of those to do, so then I might want to... I'm going to go ahead and use True Strike. And I can... No, wait, never mind. That's bad. Oh my gosh, this is everywhere.
No worries. Take your time. I'm still eating my breakfast.
This is what happens when you forget your character sheet. Okay, so I'm going to use Magic Missile.
Okay.
Each dart will create a hit of your choice within range. A dart deals 1d4 plus 1 force damage to each target.
Perfect.
This is within 120 feet. And I get 3 missiles.
Okay,
And I roll for each one.
And if I remember correctly, Magic Missile, you don't need to roll for attack. You just automatically roll damage. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. What
You
is
just
the
automatically roll
range
for
of your
damage.
Magic Missile?
120 feet.
Oh, yeah. So they're all definitely within range.
So I'm going to target 1 missile per spider.
Spoida. All right, let's start with our first one here.
4 plus a force point, so 5 damage.
All right. So
first
5
one.
damage to the Spoida. All right.
And then I'm gonna do roll the 3 plus 1 force hit, 4 damage to another.
Okay.
And then
Our regular spider, the initial spider you saw. Go ahead.
and then for the initial spider, that is a 3 plus 1, 4 damage.
Oof. Okay. Alrighty. So, each spider then takes a hit from this magic missile as Lily opens up her hands and these magic projectiles come flying out of her fingertips in 3 different directions. And the spiders in the 2 corners that just came out of the tree line suddenly get hit, and they kind of get taken aback, but it doesn't seem to faze them as they start skittering their way forward. Meanwhile, the first spider you saw gets knocked back, and it definitely looks like it's curled up and shaking as the poison is steaming from its face, and the missile that just struck it kind of knocked it back to its sides. It's limping and curled up. But it's still breathing, it's still moving, and it's definitely not happy. Alrighty. Let's see here. Cram.
Yes.
You're making your way along the tree
All right,
line
so-
stealthily.
Yeah. How
Kill the
far
spider.
away am I now from the spiders?
The spider that emerged from
Would-
the trail is about 20 feet away from you.
And the other ones are further away?
There's one that's also about 20 feet away from you that came from the tree line across. So remember you said pick either direction?
Yeah.
So it's the opposite direction that
So
you
went to the other direction.
Mm-hmm. That would be
the last
considered
one?
south. And the last one is the initial spider that emerged from that clearing area,
Right.
and he's still about 30 feet away from you.
How far are they away from each other?
These guys are about slightly more than 10 feet apart. These two
Okay.
are about 30 feet apart.
All right,
This
so
one's
I'd like
this
to
one's right across from you, so it's about 30.
I'd like to dash my way up to the closest one to me.
Okay.
And just absolutely just wreck its day.
Okay. Stabby stab.
So we're going to stabby
tell it it's
stab,
adopted.
and because of my rakish audacity, if there's no other creatures within 5 feet, I get to sneak attack for free.
Alrighty, so you're gonna sneak attack up on the tree line. He doesn't see you coming and emerged from that trail area. And let's go ahead and roll for attack.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's a nat 20.
Nice.
That's the second one of the day.
Nice.
It's a
Nice.
23 total.
Alrighty, so this spider, even though it has several eyes, does not see you coming out of the tree line as you run in and stabby stab right into its thorax, and it screams and writhes in pain. Alrighty, so we're gonna do some additional damage here because you rolled a nat 20. Plus you get your sneak attack, so you also get that correct for additional damage as well.
I do. So let's see. What's rapier damage? It's 1d8. plus how much damage am I doing extra for nat 20? What am I doing? What am I typing into roll 20 right
Yeah, I know,
now?
right? Yeah,
basically.
basically.
Got the 1d8. I got the 1d6 for the sneak attack. What else am I doing here?
Hold on, look at your rapier really quick. You said
How-
rapier?
Rapier. It's 1d8 is the damage number.
Yeah, 1d8 plus piercing damage. Okay. So you do your d8 twice for. Is it twice for sneak attack?
No, it's 1d8 plus 1d6 extra damage for sneak
Okay, so
attack.
1d8 plus 1d6, and then double that.
Oh, and then double it. Okay.
Typing it in. See what you got here. For those of you just following along, Cram just snuck along the tree line and stabbed a.
I did not do the times 2. Okay, so but that's 2 max rolls, hilariously enough. So that's 14 times 2 would be 28 damage.
Nice. And this spider
Well,
does not even see it coming. You stab it right into the thorax, into the sweet spot.
Don't like spiders.
And it curls up over your rapier in front of you and just goes limp. And
Wow.
Spider
What a
cabal,
roll.
A single sneak attack roll. Beautiful. Look at that.
That was
Wow, Drea,
a
where are
work
your
of
rolls?
art
Come on.
right there. Right? Should be back
They're
in roll
just not
20.
there.
Come on. Missing out.
Yep. You know, roll 20 is like, wait a minute, what happened?
Man.
This should not be happening.
So that's
Alrighty.
straight up.
Yeah. Herwards, you're about 80 feet away from the original spider that emerged, but you're about slightly less than 30 feet away from the one that came out of the tree.
Shoot at the one that's closer. Still got my crossbow out.
Yep.
Since the others don't seem to be too much of a threat at the moment, or
Yeah.
if they go after Cram, I don't think I'll cry.
I think Cram can hold his own against spiders. Oh, did we lose Drea?
Exactly.
Oh no,
Let
she just
him
stepped
deal
on
with it.
Frank. Okay. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Roll your d20. Let's see what we got there.
And that's jeez, I don't like roll 20.
Yeah. Okay, Drea.
I got a 5.
You know what?
So,
I try.
you take your crossbow
I got an
and
8.
you were distracted slightly by this tiefling running along the tree line and jumping on and shish kebabbing a spider that as you turn, you kind of miss with your crossbow. It shoots wide and narrowly misses hitting Lily.
Barbarian. Sorry
Lily,
about that.
I forgot
a
to add
crossbow
my-
bolt just whizzed by your head.
I actually forgot
Alright,
to
I'm
add
gonna
my dex
kill all of you
modifier.
before the end of this game.
I totally forgot to add
It
my
wouldn't have
dex
made
modifier. That
any
should be even more
difference.
damage.
Oh, that'd be great. Okay. All right.
Too
So
Overkill.
the first spider that emerged out sees his companion get turned into a shish kebab, and then skitters over, and hacks Cram for kebabbing his favorite
dare you.
uncle.
Go, spider.
How
go,
dare
go,
you?
spider.
Ooh, oof, oof, oof.
Oof,
Okay,
that's not good.
and he, even though he's damaged and blindly skittering across because it's covered in acid, he's able to leap in a fit of rage on top of Cram, and you now have a spider up in your face. And
Oh, lovely. Fantastic.
Yeah. Let's roll for cheer. All right.
I like this spider's tenacity. I respect it. It's got a
And Mr.
barbarian
Cram,
soul.
you are going to take 4 bits of damage.
Ouch. Okay. Still good.
And you need to do a Constitution saving roll to see if you've got injected with venom. Save 11.
Oh, lovely. Hey,
oh
like
man,
to
you're
see
getting
that.
rolls today. Fortunately, as its fangs sink into your armor, you do not feel it piercing your skin, but it definitely knocks you back into the trees, and you bonk your head there a little bit, and you take just a plain old 4 damage. But fortunately, your protective gear has saved you from any of the venom from sinking into your skin.
All right.
Okay. Second spider is kaput. And finally, last but not least, the third spider sees this elven lunch meal hanging out in the middle of the clearing, and it skitters over. And same thing, it's gonna sink its fangs into the fair lily. Oh, now I'm rolling high. And it grasps onto the sorceress elf and sinks its little mandibles, actually big, large, scary mandibles. And you take 5 damage, Lily. Ouch.
Ooh.
Get you right in the shoulder. Same thing, save 11. Constitution saving throw to see if you got venom in you as well.
Okay. My constitution. Okay.
He's also mad that you killed his favorite uncle.
Like,
Actually, technically, it wasn't
Too bad.
you. It was Cram.
huh?
Cram killed his favorite
Too
uncle.
bad. Had it coming. No spiders. Do not do that.
Well, 16 plus a constitution modifier of 4, 20.
Okay, so you're good. Same thing. It sinks its fangs into you, but you're able to kind of brush off the spider before it injects its venom. But you definitely have a nice little wound there to your arm as the spider grasps its legs around you.
Wonder how I got the scar.
Yeah. Alrighty, Lily, it's your turn. So, what you gonna do with this spider all up in your face?
All right. So how far away is the spider from me?
He is now
On you.
On you, yeah. He's trying
Okay.
to.
Well, I'm gonna fight back with shocking grasp here.
Okay, that's probably a good choice since he is technically in, I'll say fist to fist, spider leg to fist combat.
Yeah. And then let me see here. Strike, make it a melee spell. So it's a 1d8 lightning damage.
Okay.
I need to figure out what my 8-sided die is.
Looks like a diamond.
Yeah, it's my diamond one.
Okay.
Okay. That is a 4 plus.
Okay.
I think it's just a 4.
Yeah, I think it's a straight up 4 for shocking grasp if I remember correctly. Okay.
Yeah.
So as the spider makes its way up to you and bites you on the shoulder, you try to push it back, and as you do, your hand charges with a surge of electricity, and the spider then jumps backwards as it feels the static shock that you've given it. It definitely rubbed its legs against the carpet just a bit too much when it jumped on top of you. And it jumps back, so it releases its grasp from you. But you can definitely see blood on its fangs from the wound of your shoulder. Cram, you now have a spider up on you up on you as well. However, it is pretty badly beaten up. Its eyes are all covered in acid, and it's
We're going to do the stabby.
Yeah, gonna put it out of its misery. I see.
Yes. No, we're just going to just absolutely wreck its day.
Okay.
Just no.
Go
No
ahead
spite.
and
No mercy.
go ahead and roll with advantage since it's worse for wear. So 2d20s, take your higher roll.
So I had forgotten to do my proficiency beforehand. So that's +5. There
So the
That's not how
higher-
that's supposed to work.
That's okay.
So take the higher roll is 12 plus 5 is 17.
17. Okay. Alrighty, so that's a hit onto the giant spider.
Very nice,
Go
very
ahead and
nice.
roll for damage.
And there's still nothing within 5 feet of me, right? Or
No
the
other
two-
enemies
either
in
of
5
us.
feet. Nope.
Fantastic. So we're going to get that extra sneak attack. This time, actually add my dex modifier.
Which is good because the spider's currently blinded, doesn't see it coming.
And do 12 damage.
12 damage. And knowing that you are the fearless spider slayer, in actuality, you're scared of them. You're just trying to stab it and get it away
fearless.
from you.
Fearless.
You managed to put it out of its misery, and Lay Spider is now le toast. Alrighty. Easily able to take it
Fantastic.
out.
Now let's
It's blinded.
get out of here.
Okay. Hervor, it's your turn. You can see in front of you that Lily has just been attacked by a spider. You saw it jump back a little bit as it was shocked. Out of the corner of your eye, it appears that Cram's pretty much taking care of himself. So it's your attack.
Yeah. Well, I'm a barbarian, so I'm getting kind of annoyed that I'm not being able to hit anything. So, but I am still far enough away that I'm like, well, I'm going to do one last try with the crossbow, and then I might just abandon the crossbow.
Okay.
So,
keep in mind from your
one more try.
From your perspective now, it's going to be harder to hit because
Lily's in the way.
Yeah, Lily's kind of in the way, so you'd have to roll with disadvantage if you want to go that route.
Wait, can I do a sidestep?
Yeah, you want to do a sidestep? Sure.
If I can do a sidestep to get myself into,
Better.
get myself a clear shot.
Let me switch this up so you can kind of see your opponent a little bit better. There we go. Okay. Gosh, that's dark. I'm kind of sad. This light.
If I can.
Remind me to tell John at some point this light in the room's flickering and is going out, so we can replace that. And I'm telling you, Jake, because you're tall.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Oh wait, let's go ahead. Roll your 20. Let's see what you got.
All right.
Do it.
13.
13.
Better.
It is better. Do you have any oh, you put your modifier on there already.
That is with my modifier. Roll 20 is not liking me.
Alrighty, so
It's
you're
not liking my crossbow.
So you're able to get a nice little sidestep there, aim and shoot, and it narrowly misses the spider as it zips right through its arms above its thorax and heads off into the tree line. Unfortunately, you again narrowly missed the spider, la araña. Let's see the spider.
Yeah, that's the end of that crossbow for a while.
Yeah.
All right.
No,
The spider's
none of that.
dead.
Thank you.
Let's see here. Okay.
Yeah.
Ranged
The barbarian is going,
weapons.
yeah. Barbarian's like, this is why I
Ranged
like hitting things.
So the
Who uses ranged weapons?
the spider then kind of takes a step back and takes a step back from Lily and kind of turns a little bit sideways and shoots its butt towards, or excuse me, its abdomen towards Lily to see if he can shoot her with some webbing. He's finding himself in a precarious situation. Let's see. As he shoots the webbing, he's kind of still a little shaken up from his static shock. That it goes wide and lands about 5 feet away from Lily in a big pile of goop on the ground that looks like spider webbing. So you narrowly avoided that.
God.
Who are we at now? Lily, it's back to you. Just had a spider shoot its butt at you. Its bottom. Uh-oh. Did you guys lose your sound?
Oh, I can still hear.
You can hear Drea? I can.
Okay, yeah, I got it. We're here.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Since it shot its butt at me, I'm gonna shoot it with the crossbow.
You're like, oh
So,
no, you did. Check this out.
Okay, so it's attack bonus is 6 and 1d8 plus 4 damage.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for your attack. What's your?
Am I rolling for straight attack or am I rolling for
roll for your
check
attack first, and then if it's successful, we'll roll for your damage.
not 20 plus 6? 26.
Nice. So go ahead and roll for damage, and then we'll double that.
4 plus 4, so 8.
Times 2 is 16. Nice. Alrighty, so you're like, oh no, you didn't, and you just pull out this big old crossbow from behind you, load it, and shoot it right between the eyes, and there's 8 of them, so that's a pretty good shot. And you see the spider writhe in pain and fall back dead. So, congratulations, adventurers. You have now exterminated the problem at hand.
Hey, all right, number 12 on the dad joke count, I think.
Alrighty. Now that the spiders have been eliminated, you definitely feel like there is a calming presence in this particular clearing, and oddly enough, you can hear birds chirping again. And the cool breeze doesn't feel as cool as it once was, not as chilling. Alrighty, so you've got several spider bodies lying in front of you. If you'd like to perhaps investigate or take a look at them, you've also got this clearing where the first one came out of, and you have the path up to the north, right where Cram is. The other two of you, Lily and Hervor, you're still fairly close to the emerging path where you came in initially. What would you guys like to do?
Well, I would like to investigate the area where the spiders came from to look and see if I can see any sign of Nat.
All right.
Of a vested interest in that.
All right. So you make your way across the clearing.
Yeah, totally interesting.
And take a look at the clearing area. And as you kind of peek through this area, you notice that there is a bundled up spider web, and it appears to be something wrapped inside of it. Probably about probably a little less than 5 feet in length, and it's definitely living. Because you can see motion coming from inside of it, but you can't tell exactly what it is without looking a little bit closer.
Yeah.
What about
Funny
you guys?
Enough, I don't have a knife.
You see Hervor kind of running towards the clearing and peeking in. Can't really tell what she's looking at, but you can tell that she's made her way in that general area.
Sure, let's go that away. Why not?
Yeah, I can probably do ahead and do an investigation check on that.
Oh gosh, you just tripped and fell. Sorry. All right.
And totally intentional, 100%. What are you talking about?
As Hervor makes her way through that clearing area, Cram and Lily follow suit, and you guys see the same thing. You see that there is a what appears to be some sort of living organism wrapped up in a spider web about 5 feet in length. It's just kind of curled up there. Go ahead and do an investigation check, Lily. Let's see if we can identify what this particular being is.
All right, let's see. 12 plus 4, so 16.
16. Alrighty, so as you get closer, you can see it kind of moving, and you hear a muffling kind of sound. So you definitely recognize it as a being of some sort that is yeah, probably from the size of it, could be a halfling, could be a dwarf. Probably too small to be a human or an elf or a tiefling or dragonborn or anything like that. So definitely looks like there is a person in there of some kind.
Don't make assumptions. Could totally be a short dragonborn.
Yeah, totally be a non-person.
Would you guys like to do any other investigation checks?
I don't have a knife, so weirdly, I'm going to assume that whoever's or whatever is wrapped up in this might not appreciate it if I take a hammer to it. So does anybody have a knife we can kind of
Sure, and I'll just slash it a few times.
I have a dagger. Yeah.
I have daggers and also a rapier.
Well,
Just poke at it a
Okay,
few
so Dick
times.
can cut it down.
Yeah,
poke at it.
cut it down.
Don't
That's what I'm
poke at
intending
the
to do.
poor-
Yeah.
Poor person who was probably minding their own business.
Again, we don't necessarily know if it's a person. Just saying.
Okay,
Well,
so
that's fine.
Well,
who's
they're
going
I
to
have
try to-
acid flash ready.
I'll cut the thing down. Yeah,
Okay.
get whoever's in there out.
All right, let's go ahead and do a. Let's do a survival check on that one. Let's just see how if you can.
Well, they're not long for this world.
Or
Just
nature,
kill
whichever one's
that.
higher for you.
We're gonna go with nature, so I'm not rolling at -1.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do nature. You're familiar with spiders because you don't like them.
+1 instead.
Okay. It's fine. All right, so you got 11. That is an 11, yeah.
That is an 11, yes.
Okay. All right, so you're like, I got this. And you step back, guys, and you take out your rapier and you slash the ends of the webbing that's holding up this particular person, and you hear it go thud right to the ground, and you hear this oh, and says a few words that we're not allowed to say on live stream.
And she would too.
Yeah, and then you hear a and you see it wiggling back and forth, and a few other words that have now been censored by the FFA or FAA.
Yes. That.
At this point, you can definitely tell it is a person, and they're not very happy, but they are desperately asking to be released from this. They have fallen to the ground and are writhing around free of the larger set of webbing, but they're still kind of wrapped in this thing.
Come on, people with sharp objects, do this.
Lily, would you like
Put them
to
out.
try to free our mystery person?
I'm gonna say I'm not gonna try again.
Have we lost Drea's audio?
No, Drea, you good? You're muted.
I'm good.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
I said I would like to go ahead and try to cut it down.
All right, go ahead and
Well,
roll
she's
20.
down.
Yeah.
They are down. We just gotta cut it open.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, they're down.
Like cut him out. Like cut him out.
yeah.
Yeah,
Cut the
Just
person
open it up.
out, not open, because that could be something else.
I rolled
Yeah.
a 16. Am I adding a modifier for that?
That would be what I would
That's
end up
pretty
doing,
good.
not intentionally.
Nature or survival, whichever one's higher for you.
Okay. My nature is definitely higher, so it's a 20.
Nice. Alrighty, so
My goodness.
you swiftly kind of make your way through and get your, was it dagger that you pulled out there? Is that?
Yeah.
And just kind of sliced open the webbing, and inside you see a female dwarf who's probably seen better days, but is also stark naked.
It's terrifying.
And she goes, oh, thank goodness, and gets a nice big stretch and gets out of the webbing and says, oh, I thought I'd never get out of there. Thank you, my friends. I can't thank you enough. It's like I just came out for a quick stroll through nature, to say a few prayers to the goddess of all that is beautiful, and I came across these wretched spiders.
Definitely not beautiful.
Yeah.
Big guess. They did not take your clothes.
And then she says, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot. And she kind of walks past the large webbing to what appears to be some sort of altar. Just past it, and picks up a few pieces of what appears to be garments, and you recognize it right away as miner's clothing. She also picks up a pickaxe and a lantern. And a
I
couple
would
other
definitely say she's in minor clothing at the moment.
So she's definitely a minor.
No, she's at least 18, probably in her mid to late 20s.
That's not what he meant. He meant
My bad.
he meant limited.
Hey,
minor.
Yes.
Limited amount.
Dad joke number 13.
And just think you are responsible for that one. So
Uh,
you're falling into line with Dom.
Of course.
And she says, "Oh, pardon me. I'm so sorry. Thank you, my friends. I probably should introduce myself. My name is Nat Rockbreaker. I cannot thank you enough. I was actually on my way to see my employer, Dom Shortbeard. I'd been away from work for a while and was about to head back. Is there anything I can do to thank you for rescuing me?"
Well, we were actually on our way to your employer as well, but we heard that you hadn't been seen for a while, so we thought we'd investigate.
She says, "Oh goodness, how long was I wrapped up there? I didn't even realize I'd been gone that long." Um, she then kind of puts her, miner's pack on her shoulder and says, "Well, please, by all means, follow me. I can take you to where the mine is, if it's Dom that you seek."
Thank you. We appreciate it.
She kind of looks both of you guys up and down and just kind of says, um, "Yep, of course, it's the least I can do for the rescue. But we got to be careful, though. I still feel like there are more spiders in this area. The path up ahead could be perilous. I suggest we move cautiously." Alrighty, so let's go.
At this
ahead.
point, I'm holstering my crossbow and pulling my warhammer out because I'm like, you know what? The crossbow needs a rest for a while.
She's
Surprised I didn't smashed it like guitar style.
Yeah.
I would have, except for the fact that we might at some point need it. Obviously, I'm not carrying a dagger, so it's probably my only source of pointy damage to anything.
I'm just keeping
That's
my
fine.
dagger out and leaving my
Needs a-
magic alone for a while.
Who needs pointy damage? He says as his.
Before we leave
entire
the area, I
weapon
want to
is
do
piercing.
a perception check just to make sure we haven't missed anything.
Yeah, I'd also like to see if there's any spiders still around.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do a couple perception rolls. Lily, you might as well do one as well, just to kind of.
For me.
I got a
Wow.
14.
I can see things.
Okay, so each and every one of you definitely can tell from this trail that Nat is taking you towards that there appears to be more movement along that area. However, you can definitely see Cram, you can definitely see that there are also footprints that are humanoid in shape, not just the spiders.
Mhm. Right. Well, must go faster. Must go faster. Let's go. Leave before spiders.
Can I play a trick on him, Kramer?
No.
I still have a whole grudge on him.
Oh,
No.
spiders.
Rude.
Do it.
There will be poking.
I kind of
gonna
want
get into
him to
some
not
PvP.
know. Kramer will not know. But I kind of want to do minor illusion or alter self.
Rude.
So I kind of want to, if I can, cast a illusion of a spider in the distance creeping up on him.
Oh goodness! All right. Sure. Go ahead. Let's cast minor illusion, and then let's do a
Rude.
against a check here from Cram. Cram, let's do a wisdom check to see if her illusion is. Will you? All right.
That's
Well, at this moment, as you guys start walking through the forest, out of the corner of your eye, Cram, you see what appears to be a spider skittering towards you.
poke it.
And,
Poke the
you pull
thing.
out your rapier and try to stab it, and it goes right through the spider and embeds your rapier into a tree. Meanwhile,
And now
you're
I'm just
the-
going to look at Lily and just be like,
You don't know who was me.
says
I
the
think
person
I
who
could-
got
Ghost!
arrested for doing the exact same
It was
thing
the
with a
Right?
teeth.
Can I do like
yeah,
a? Can I do like
said
a
the person who
stealth check?
literally did the same exact thing to get herself arrested in the first place. I don't know.
Be over
I
there
think
going,
even with a
"Oh,
minus
no."
one wisdom modifier, I'm still pretty sure I can still figure that one out.
I'll be over there going, ghost spiders now, ghost spiders.
Can I do like a stealth check for that?
I'm just gonna pull my rapier out and just walk forward. Just go. Just
I'm
moving.
laughing hysterically in
Moving
the
on.
background.
All right, so
Just moving on.
as the chuckles continue, Nat Rockseeker is going to turn at you, shake her head, and say, "Gosh, people say I'm immature and crazy," and then continue forward. So let's get a marching order here. Like if the path's going to kind of narrow. Who's going to follow?
I'm going ahead.
Okay, so you're going to follow Nat
Yeah.
Rockseeker. So you're okay. Who's going to be behind you in order here? Who's going to be? So we've got Nat Rockseeker, we've got Cram, and then who do we have following suit? In
Me.
order? Okay, so we've got this tricky
Herver.
sorcerer, Lily in the last place.
And then Lily's in the back still giggling.
Yeah, kind of laughing.
I'm just gonna follow a little bit distantly behind.
Okay. So as she giggles and chuckles from the distance, Nat Rockseeker says, "Shh, quiet. I think we found their nest."
Let's not go that way. It is a silly place.
No reference whatsoever.
Made that up on the spot.
Yes, totally. So
That I can't just say it's only a model.
yeah, they're just the model of the forest. Yeah, totally. That's what we're talking.
That's right. We're playing D&D.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys have made your way through the clearing, and Nat suddenly stops. He says, "Shh, I think you found your nest." And in front of you, you guys can see a large tangle of webs blocking the pathway towards the exit of this area. She says that the entrance to the mine is just past this clearing, but it's no longer a clearing. The spiders are here, and you can see this massive amount of webbing. So, adventurers.
Don't burn it.
um,
There could be something really good inside of it. If you burn it, you'll get rid of whatever's inside of it.
so
Let's lure the spiders out with
I
Cram.
approve of burning it.
while you're
I think we should just
second
go
the
Cram.
Burn it.
burn it to the ground. Burn it.
Wait, Cram's in front of me.
I will
literally
burn
just
it
give Cram a
myself.
push.
I will burn it myself. I can burning hands.
No. There could be
And
something really
burning
awesome in
hand.
it. There could be a person like
Can
that.
I
who's
do like an
trapped.
Burning
investigation check if I like sense something magical or odd in there that's would be worth seeking?
Can I
Sense
poke it with my
magic,
mage
or-
hand?
An investigation check.
You're a little bit
Or
further
Arcana.
behind, so do you want to catch up with the group and kind of?
I'm running. I caught up to the group.
Okay. All right.
So I kinda
Meanwhile,
snap
you
back
can
into
see,
it.
You can see Cram and Hervor kind of like
Hervor.
yeah, talking back.
Arguing?
And forth. Like you go, no, you go, you do it. No.
Oh, Natalie, your cam's cutting out.
Oh, Natalie says
Oh,
it's
is it?
turning into a disco ball there. It's flashing.
Woohoo! Can you still hear me?
I can still hear you just fine. Yeah, but
we
your
can hear you
camera
with
is
your
your camera is giving us the emergency broadcast system at the moment.
video.
If I hit turn
You're
off camera,
wearing
will I
max
leave the
headroom.
group?
Oh, there you are.
Nope, there you are. You're back.
Okay, good. I'm like, I don't want to drop from the call.
No, turning off camera would not make you leave the group. So.
Good.
You'd
Okay,
be
good.
Okay, so while you guys
Told
are
you I'd go
bickering,
for
you see
green.
Lily come up. Go ahead, Lily, make an investigation roll.
Should I do an investigation or Arcana?
If you're kind of sensing for magic, go ahead and do Arcana. If you're kind of looking around and trying to see if there's anything specific to investigation, like physical.
Can I do both?
Yeah, let's start with the Arcana. Let's see what you got.
Okay. That's a +6. I'm proficient in that.
Okay.
And so that is a 16 + 6.
Okay, so 20. So as you move forward, you definitely feel the sense that there is magic emanating from this particular area. So it feels like it's more than meets the eye, so to speak, that at any moment these webs may transform in front of you.
Okay.
Go ahead and
No references.
yeah, of course not, none whatsoever. I have no idea what you're talking about. So go ahead and roll for
Didn't hear a thing.
investigation.
It's 13 + 4, so 17.
Alrighty. And you definitely can tell that things don't appear what they seem to be. That these webs kind of almost don't seem quite right. That it may not be. Things may not seem what they appear. There's definitely something wrong here. It's not quite right. And then Nat Rockseeker says, well, what do you guys want to do? Should we sneak around it? Should we go through it? Should we burn them alive? What do you guys think?
Poke it with a stick.
Poke it with a stick.
I'll go in first.
I'm
I
all
want
for
to go
poking
in.
with a stick.
Okay. Hervor and Cram, you see Lily kind of making her way forward. Is there anything you guys like to do?
I'm gonna poke it with a stick. I've got a staff. I'm gonna poke it with a stick.
Poke it with the rapier.
You guys can come up and poke the spider web. That's very wise. All right, so
That's a terrible
Lily
idea. Who
moves...
we're kidding? Gonna sidle away, just kind of like, okay, let's go the other direction.
No. There could be somebody else out here like Nat who needs our help.
Yeah, but we weren't hired / encouraged to find them. I like my limbs where they are. Thank you very much.
And Hervor has an overdeveloped sense of justice, so Hervor is like, yeah, okay, run away.
I have an overdeveloped sense of me.
That's a shocker.
Just gonna,
nope, definitely poke you with a stick.
So
gonna no.
As Hervor and Cram continue to kind of like figure out what they're gonna do, Lily steps forward and
no, I'm still poking with a stick.
as you poke it with the stick.
I've been poking with a stick.
No, what are you doing?
Don't be doing that.
Alrighty, so as you continue to poke and investigate, the webs before you begin to dissolve, and suddenly, before your very eyes,
Our very eyes.
the webs seem to disappear, and in front of you just appears a large temple-like structure, and what appears to be two very angry-looking drows.
Ooh.
Turn and
You had to poke the web.
turn and look at you. What are you doing here? Who are you? Make yourself known before
What are you doing
the
here?
Lord of Spiders.
Yeah,
What are we doing here? What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Why are you here?
Alrighty.
Where is here?
Wow, way to be stealthy.
What are
Why
any
is-
of us doing here?
Why is here?
Why? Alright, we've now entered combat
Tackle the big
again.
question.
Wait a
When will then be now?
well then.
Soon.
Oh, soon. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Nat Rockseeker then turns and says, "Had no idea this was here. I've been here a dozen times. Don't look at me." And she kind of like moves off into the trees there. All right, let's go ahead and roll for combat.
when did she get the accent?
She's a smart girl.
Ach, laddie. I'll not be here.
Right. Yeah.
Hey,
All right.
sounded more southern to me.
It's a little more sun. I wasn't here.
south-
I don't
the
know
south
what you're
of
talking
Scotland.
about.
South Scotland. 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and roll for initiative and tell me what you got. Your D10.
Oh boy. Okay.
8.
Nat 20 with a 28. Yo.
So
About time.
Lily's at an
Oh
8,
boy, got the same exact roll.
Arvor's at a 20, and Cram's at a 13. Nice.
13. Excuse me for a second.
Okay, so you definitely see 2 drow in front of you. One of them
How
appears.
far?
Let's see, from where you guys were poking, probably about 20 feet away. The first one, and he appears to be armed with what looks like to be a rapier and some kind of other weapon, probably a short bow or a crossbow, on his back. The other one is further back, has a very long staff, and a sword and a hilt, and is dressed with a cloak. And you definitely sense, Lily definitely sense that there's some sort of arcane mist about him. Okay. All right, so Hervor, you and your nat 20. That should be your nickname.
I'm going to. I wish. I go up on the closest one and take a whack at him with my warhammer.
Okay, so just charge, barbarian berserker charge, as you surge forward with your giant hammer. And go ahead.
And it's rolling.
Roll it, roll.
Hey.
23.
23, and
23.
it connects upon the brow of the drow. Rhymed.
That's
I do
why
that
I'm a
sometimes.
barbarian.
Here we go. That's number 14.
Okay, go ahead and
drow
roll,
brow.
Damage.
roll for damage. Yep.
Um,
Make a nice connection
where's
there.
my damage? Oh, D8 plus 5.
Eight.
8. Thank goodness for my plus.
Nice. Very nice. Alrighty, and you make a connection upon the brow of the drow as he surges backwards. You've knocked him back several feet with your giant swing, and he curses at you, and it appears to be some sort of elvish-like language. So he gets knocked
Ooh,
back.
I know that Elvish language.
Yeah. Oh, careful! Don't translate. We are streaming live.
Okay, fine. I won't translate.
Okay.
You just go, my delicate ears.
Yeah. My goodness, such a language. Let's see who rolled the 13. Cram. Go ahead, Cram.
I did. How far are they? Would I be able to do my free sneak attack, basically?
They are now closer to each other, so they're about 5 feet away from each other now because of that knockback.
Okay.
But depending on your movement, you might be able to come up on one of them from the side, maybe like a flank type of attack.
Sure. Let's do that. The one that's not presently engaged.
Okay.
Let's go over there with my rapier.
What's your movement?
30.
Okay, so you kind of duck around the statues of this magical temple that just seemed to have appeared before your eyes. And you take a stabby
What's up
stab
with that?
at the
We're
fairly
stabbing and
well-dressed
stabbing.
looking drow. Go ahead and go ahead and roll there for your attack.
Well, I definitely do not hit.
Okay.
But the karma is real right now. Get 2 nat 20s and then I get a nat 1.
Oh no, this is not good. I'm in the way.
So you go to make a stabby stab, and you kind of clip the edge of the statue there, and your stabby stab goes a little bit wide.
Yeesh.
Oof. Lily, it's actually yours. I rolled
All
low for
right,
initiative.
I'm gonna go ahead and. How far away are they from me?
The one that
Both of them.
Okay, the one that Hervor attacked is about 15 feet away from you, and the other one that Cram tried to attack is about 20 feet away from you.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use magic missile. Which one is more damage than another?
The one closest to you that Hervor smashed over the head.
Is he more damaged?
Yep. You definitely saw
All right,
him
I'm
take a
gonna go
hit.
ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and just swing all 3 darts at him for magic missile.
Okay.
Okay, and then it's D4. So the first one, that is a 1 plus 1, so that's a 2.
Okay.
Then 4, and then 4.
So that would be 10 total. Let's see. Hold on.
10 damage.
Oh, oof, oof, oof. As you shoot the magic missile at the drow in front of you, you suddenly see this bing, 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 as this, what appears to be some sort of invisible magic shield surrounding this particular drow. It bounces right off of him and goes flying off into the air and dissipates.
Wow.
So this particular guy seems to be laughing and chuckling as it stares at you and says, "Bah! Magic has no harm on me. Ow, my head." And then he turns towards you and he's going to fire at you with his little bow here. And as he pulls it out to load the crossbow, it misfires and shoots off into the woods behind you. And you hear the voice of Nat Rockseeker go, "Ow! What was that?"
Got a better shot than that, dude? That's disappointing.
He's like, "I meant to do that."
Mm-hmm.
All
I just
right.
look at him very you are stupid.
The second drow suddenly, like that, seems to disappear before your eyes. And
Oof.
you hear a laughing, cackling sound. So he
Totally should have gone around.
seems to have gone invisible. Okay, Hervor, back to you. Go ahead, Hervor.
The non-invisible dude is still there, right?
The non-invisible dude is still there, yeah. He's the one that just had a couple of magic missiles bounce off of him.
Oh, he did. Well, I'm still able to hit him with mine, so I'm going to go ahead and take another whack at him.
Take another whack. All right. He got knocked back a little bit, so do you want to step forward and whack him face on, or do you kind of want to leave a little bit of room for your compatriots there?
No, I'm going to stay up in his grill.
Stay up in his grill. All right. And give him a whack. Whack, whack. Double whack. What you got there? Oh!
25.
Oof, oof, oof. Another solid connection to the head. How much more can this drow take? He's getting a pounding. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Magic missile? Who needs magic missile when you got a giant hammer?
Nice. Alrighty.
Okay. 10 damage.
Oh, oof, oof. Alrighty. So as you take the hammer and charge him and say, "Ha! Who needs magic missile when you've got a hammer?" And you smash it over his head, and this warm, splattery red liquid comes flying into your face. You go, "Ew!" As he goes crashing to the ground with slightly less head hair than he had before. And he is now toast.
It's a lot squishier than I imagined.
Okay. Alrighty.
Who doesn't like that?
At this point, right now, you guys cannot see the other drow. So go ahead and make a perception roll, Cram.
And I probably still don't see anything.
Nope, you don't see him. He was in front of you a minute ago. You have no idea what happened to him.
Can I stab at nothing?
You could try stabbing at nothing. Stab. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Poke you with my stick.
Just take
Just
giant sweeps
be
with
very
it.
menacing and just do a bunch of like rapier flourishes and. I'm a showman at heart.
Where you at? Where you at? Haha! Take this. Take that.
Oh, aha! Guard, turn, parry, dodge, spin, thrust, ha!
Aha.
References.
No reference.
So many references I can make, but I can't.
Wow. Gosh, there, Cram. Are you going loony now?
Yeah, you might even say Daffy.
Yeah, you might be. And Lily, same thing. You can't see him. Go make a perception roll, or if you want to use your Arcana and see, maybe you can sense if he's still nearby. One's higher for you.
I'm gonna use my Arcana.
Okay.
Okay, that is a 19 plus 6.
Okay. So you're like, wait a minute.
25.
Yeah. You're like, wait a minute, he's still here. I think he's still here. And you're like, wait, Cram, behind you. And
Ah!
oh, you're lucky, man. I rolled low. And at that very moment, Cram, you turn behind you, and there is a drow just about to stab you, and you go, ha, and he narrowly misses. And then you're like, oh, didn't even see you there. Hervor.
Right. Knew you were there the whole time.
Yeah, totally knew it, right?
Can't fool me.
Hervor, it's now your move. This drow has now appeared behind Cram. He's kind of in an awkward spot. You really don't see him very clearly. There's a couple of statues in the way, and but off to your side there, you can definitely tell that.
Would my 30 get me to him?
Yeah, you could. It's going to be a long.
Okay, I move towards
run.
him.
Okay.
I can do awkward. Trust me.
It's an awkward lumbering run. If you attack at this point, though, it'd probably be with disadvantage because you are coming up awkwardly from the side, coming down some stairs and running around.
Okay.
So I'll leave that up to you. Do you want to try to attack, or do you want to just gauge the enemy and distract him?
Yep. I'll go ahead and attack.
Okay. Go ahead and roll with disadvantage.
not?
So 2d20 and take your lowest roll.
6.
Yeah. You awkwardly come down and say, haha, I shall smite thee with my hammer, like I did your brethren, and you miss. As he is a little bit more nimble than you anticipated.
I look at Cram and I blame him because he was in the way.
Excuse me.
Alrighty.
Don't be doing that.
Let's see here. Who's next? Lily. At this point, you know something's going on. You can't really see from this point of view, but you definitely have your magical sense and know that he is behind Cram. And
Okay.
Hervor has now gone up and tried to attack him.
So he is still about 20 feet away from me?
Probably thereabouts, yeah. More closer to 25, because he's kind of in an awkward angle, kind of around a statue.
Okay, I want to go ahead and see if I can use my crossbow to kind of pinpoint where he's at and try to hit him.
Okay, so you take the crossbow, try to sidestep a little bit, get a better point of view here. Is that what you're kind of
Yeah.
aiming to do? Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and step up. And you see him around the corner, and you take your shot.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and roll for attack. 19.
Nice. You are able to squeeze your shot right between the statue and your compatriot and strike the drow. Go ahead and give me a...
All right, 1d8. So 7 plus 4 damage. So 11 damage.
Okay, alrighty. You get a nice shot there. And the drow screams in pain. Ah! Is that how the drow scream in pain? I picture drows a little more flamboyant at times because they're very showy. And be like, no, what
I've
was
got
that?
him though.
No, maybe
He's a dramatic guy.
he's like,
They will never
"Ow,
out-drama me."
that hurt." Okay, alrighty. The drow. Then
So
we'll
saith the elf.
see if pull this off. Okay, the drow then vanishes before your eyes again, and laughs. But
Didn't I go before the drow?
no, the drow's after Lily, and then you're after the drow.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Okay. Wait, did we go to turn? Were you supposed to? Oh, you were supposed to go before Lily.
Was I?
Yeah, Turvor,
Yeah,
then you,
I
then
think so.
Lily. My bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, I want to poke the drow.
Yeah,
Stab
poke the drow.
Do the
I
stabby stab.
apologize for that. Okay,
That's
just
fine.
before he disappears, Cram then.
Not so fast. Haha, probably a success, maybe.
So he disappears before your eyes, bam, and then you see Cram stick his rapier out one last time, and blood appears upon his blade. And go ahead and roll for damage.
Is anything within 5 feet of the two of us?
Nope, no, you guys. It's just you guys, you and your compatriots.
The other one.
The other one's dead.
Right. So that's plus the 1d6. Not bad.
12.
I'll take it.
That'll do it. And he tries to disappear before your eyes, but then you can see him suddenly kind of flicker back into vision, and he goes limp upon your blade.
And I'm just straight up, just like sheathing my rapier, just completely smug. It's being like, yeah, try to fool me.
Alrighty.
No, thank you.
Okay, so right now you've got 2 dead
Should
drow.
clean that off first.
Chilling.
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna clean the. That makes the inside of the scabbard gross.
It's all gunky with that.
It'll be fine.
The next person you stab is gonna get tetanus. You just watch.
Yes, I mean, considering I'm trying to stab them, that is in fact a bonus.
Just insult to injury, don't you know?
No, it's virus to injury. Or well, not virus, disease to injury. There we go.
Ooh, blah.
Ah.
Okay, so would you like to investigate this area further? Because at this point, Nat Rockseeker peeks out
Bodies.
from the tree line and goes, "Is it safe?"
I mean,
No.
temple
there
appearing
while
out
we
of
figure this
nowhere.
out.
I want to go in.
Bodies.
We just killed these people randomly for this. We may as well just see what the hell they were guarding.
Nat Rockseeker then peeks out from behind the trees and says, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure, okay." And you realize that she happens to be stark naked again.
Of course.
Why?
Noticing
is
a
she naked
trend.
again?
Noticing
She. Can we go ahead and duct tape
Communing with
close to
Mother
her?
Nature.
She then disappears
I'm gonna
behind
loot
the
the
trees
bodies.
and comes back out holding what appears to be her clothing, pickaxe, a lantern, and a backpack.
I want to make a joke, but I will not.
All right, so let's take a look at the body here.
PG.
Go ahead.
Can I go ahead and loot the bodies and see if there's any value in there?
Sure, let's take a look here. Go ahead.
That's what I was doing.
Let's make a
Investigation or
A what?
investigation or survival. I'll give you either since we're out in the wilderness right now. Whichever
Okay.
one's higher for you.
Investigation is higher for me. That would be a 16.
13.
16. Okay. You notice I forgot your name already. Lily. Lily, you notice that the drow that you, I can't remember if it was the one you shot. Anyways, the drow that was the closest to you seems to have dropped a rapier. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy, just kind of appears to be normal. But he also seemed to have dropped a dagger that you definitely sense has some sort of magic about it, but you're not exactly sure what it is.
Can I take it?
Sure. I'm going to add a rapier and dagger to your inventory if you'd like.
Yeah.
Hervor, you being the
I can still use a dagger.
I say, yeah, you being the barbarian that you are, the body that is currently in front of you, that was stabbed to death, appears to have a long wooden staff in front of you, and he also appears to have a dagger as well. But you're not really familiar.
Definitely take the dagger.
Okay.
I show the staff to the sorcerer, going, "Do you want this? I'll trade you for the dagger."
Sorceress.
Come again?
She wants to know if
Offering
you want
to trade you the staff
Natalie
for the
cut out.
dagger. Oh, did I?
Trade the staff for the dagger?
Yep, that's what she said.
I know nothing about staffs.
I want to go ahead and keep the dagger, at least for now, because I want to do some research on it and what's magical about it. Especially since I'm the magic person here.
So if you want Hervor, you can keep the large wooden stick thingy and the small dagger that you picked up as well.
Keep the stick because it might be magic. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm a barbarian.
You're a barbarian,
I don't know.
yeah. So for you, it's just a big pointy stick. Actually, it's not very pointy. It's kind of.
You never know when I might need to poke something again.
Cram, do you want to do a perception roll and see if there's anything odd about this temple or anything that you may have noticed?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, that's the third nat 20 of the day.
Nice.
It's happening.
Okay. As you kind of look at each of the statues around the temple, you notice that there's definitely a lot of spider decor. That's pretty common for Drow, but what really catches your eye is that there seems to be etchings and markings and signs that there have been kobolds in this area as well. You see little trinkets.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that are very very primitive but ritualistic of kobold nature, because they seem to worship dragons. So you see a lot of like little dragon type trinkets, which seems very odd because it doesn't seem to fit along with the whole drow spider thingy. So
very, very strange. Very strange.
Some of these trinkets seem to be made of gems and gemstones. They may fetch a bit of a price if you're willing to pick them up and take them with you.
I mean, yes.
You're like, oh, nobody saw that.
The answer to that question is yes.
Alrighty, go ahead and just put kobold trinkets into your inventory.
Sure.
And then just put
Looking around
put
the
a
temple
star
here.
or question mark next to it in case it's something you want to on or look at more in detail later.
While he's looking at the trinkets and stuff, I'd like to do a perception check of just the area to see if, like in the trees or anything like that surrounding, if anybody's watching us that isn't the naked chick.
Okay. The naked gnat. Gotcha. Go ahead and make a perception roll.
Let's not go there. 16.
Oh, I have it.
So as you scan across the area, the woods seem to be very calm. You don't see any signs of any other type of activity, but you can definitely tell, even though you may not be as familiar with Arcana as some of these magic wielding folk, you can tell that this temple's been here quite a long time. A lot of moss, a lot of overgrown parts to it. That it's existed in this area for quite some time, but there doesn't seem to be anything else that catches your eye as far as living beings anywhere nearby. Except for the naked dwarf who's now at this point getting dressed again.
It's weird that this has been here for a while and the naked chick was saying that she hadn't seen it before. Does that strike anybody else as weird?
Apparently not.
No.
I'm not going to even bother
She
asking.
doesn't seem that smart. What's going on?
I've learned not to question at this moment.
What she does with her own time is it's her business.
She goes this way to work. You'd think she'd have seen this before.
Actually, I feel like she might be up to something that we may not know yet.
Yeah, that Nat is always up to something.
As Nat appears to
No
put
comment.
her miner's gear back on, she says, "It's the mine is just past this clearing over here." She kind of moves on over and says, "I say we make haste to see my employer Dom Shortbeard before the sun begins to set. It's now getting later in the day."
Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and go, because, I'm kind
Sure.
of like you.
Let's
Just-
leave.
Just go
There's
right on ahead.
something not right about this girl.
Leave. Let's go.
All right.
Like some ants and leave. Somebody got it.
Where we at? What time
I
is
get
it?
to make puns. They've got to be D&D related puns.
There you go, right?
12:32 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Is there a weird glare there? Can you guys see okay?
Looks fine.
Yes. A little bit of a glare, but it's manageable.
Okay. Alrighty, adventurers. You've made your way towards the entrance of the mine. The trail leads into what appears to be a very deep-looking mine with, as far as the caverns go, with high ceilings. Doesn't seem to be very wide, but it looks like it goes further back quite a bit. As soon as you enter the mines with Nat, again, you get that feeling of something's not quite right. It's kind of irking you. Usually when you see dwarven caverns like this, you see a lot of gear and equipment, and you hear sounds of the rocks clinking before pickaxes and shovels, and it just seems to be eerily quiet yet again. Let's go ahead and do a perception roll, see if anything else sounds out of the ordinary.
Should I do a magic roll or no?
25.
Second natural one of the day.
I got a nat 20.
I am 3 nat 20s and 2 nat 1s today.
Nice. Go ahead, Dre. What you got?
Couple of nat 20s. No nat 1s.
I got a 12.
Okay. As you enter the cave, Cram says, "Oh, look, a large rock." And
Yeah.
then
You're on top of things, Cram.
Look at that though.
and then
Look at that right there.
Lily kind
It's
of
a
picks
rock.
up and says, "Oh yeah, that is a pretty large rock." And
It's
meanwhile,
a really
Hervor
nice
goes,
rock.
Guys, I think I see something moving up ahead."
You did.
The rock is
We got a
moving.
rock here. Hang on.
And
I like this rock.
Do you like this
green.
rock?
and
Great
not
rock.
too far out in front of you,
I want a
Hervor,
rock.
you see what appears to be in the dim
I want to.
torchlight, 2 kobolds standing guard ahead of you along the bridge.
Did they notice us?
No, they're just standing there, kind of peering outward.
Sweet. We
Nat,
do need to capture a couple, so this might be.
Nat
about Nat?
appears to be oblivious to the sight in front of her, and kind
To
of
the large rock.
Yeah, kind of steps forward and says, "Oh wait, It is a nice rock, and steps over to the side. So that's where you're able to see what your green
Ain't
is.
that pretty rock?
I tell
Rock.
everybody to hush. It's like, get off to the side, be quiet. There's a couple of kobolds ahead. If we're lucky, we can maybe sneak up, capture these, since somebody promised to bring a couple kobolds back alive to the town. We have to figure out a way to keep a couple of these alive, okay, murder hobo?
Okay.
Excuse me, I am way too fancy to be a hobo.
I'm sorry.
I doubt
Murder
that.
gentleman.
Thank you very much.
So
We got too much panache.
Nice. Hold on, I gotta.
well, then murder something I can't say on a live stream.
Yes. So, what would you guys? Did you just text me, Drea? Really? Yes.
No,
that
I
is
did
correct.
not.
To answer your question,
She's trying
yes.
to.
Okay. All right. So you've now been informed by Hervor that there are 2 kobolds ahead. Nat Rockseeker suggests that you go around. There's kind of a small passageway to the left that she knows about to avoid these 2 kobolds if you don't want to, accost them in any way, shape, or form. But Hervor also then mentions to you, hey, we were promised to bring back some live ones, so here's our chance. What do you guys think?
Yeah, sure. Let's take some kobolds.
If we can tie
Bring 'em
them
home.
up and leave them here at the front, then we can take care of definitely whatever else is going on with no trouble, without having to worry about keeping any others alive.
Okay. So do you want to be
From
like
people with
stealthy?
definitely
Do you guys
swords.
want to like sneak up on them? Do you want to try to flank them?
My
Let's try stealth.
stealth is in.
Okay.
We could try stealth.
Okay, so you can
I'm
tell.
okay doing stealth.
You guys
I
can
vote
tell
Kramer
just
will go
past
first.
the really big, pretty rock. There seems to be a small pathway to the side that you might be able to sneak up on them, but you would have to definitely be careful going through there. Nat Rockseeker also tells you that there is a waterway from the bridge. It's perhaps you can try to sneak your way through the water and pop up to them from underneath the bridge. So which way do you guys think? You can, if you're just kind of looking at the. Really, Drea?
I'm
I'm
more-
spamming
probably
my
more-
phone here.
I definitely think water.
Let's do the bridge, or under the bridge.
Or the
Under the
pathway.
bridge.
You
Through
You
the
want to
water.
do the water?
All right.
Yeah, the
You guys
water.
want to draw some blood? Sorry. Anybody get that one? No. Okay. All right.
Yes.
So we
No
sneak up to the water.
references.
Number
Yeah. Is that what we're gonna do? Try to sneak up to the water?
I
and
don't
come
like
up?
spicy
Yeah.
food.
Okay. Yeah, I know, man. Oh man, I had heartburn last night. I had some red, like just hot chili peppers give me heartburn. All right, here we go. Okay, so friends, let us sneak upwards.
Stealth checks.
Well, I gotta text my wife. I'm sorry. This break in action is brought to you by Little Shop of Magic, serving Las Vegas for, gosh, how many years now? Quite a bit.
25 years.
25 years.
Well,
The thing that's been all over our shop.
yeah,
We have plenty of
right?
swag to prove it.
Yes. Come on by. Check us out.
T-shirts, these awesome coasters that
t-shirts,
are
yeah.
also dice trays that I really want and wanted to get yesterday and completely forgot.
Yeah, right?
I'll set a reminder on my
Tote
phone to
bag.
remind you.
Like
again.
some-
Let's
What?
go ahead and let's make some stealth rolls, people.
Set a reminder.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see what that is.
What would you like? I'm just curious. What would you like Nat Rockseeker to do? She kind of seems like she wants to help out, but it's not really sure.
I mean, she also seems like she'll probably just end up hiding and getting naked again, but
Why don't we have her
not sure
wait
I'll
up
call
by
that
the-
useful.
I
Why don't we
rolled a
have her wait up by the
16.
front? Maybe in case we need a distraction, she can maybe kind of distract them for us, and we can give us a chance to recover from any oops we might make.
Are we rolling stealth? Is
Yeah.
that what we're doing?
Roll stealth. Let's go ahead and roll for advantage with stealth. Now that you have a naked
Oh, advantage.
dwarf creating a distraction.
Roll damage too?
No.
No, advantage.
Advantage.
Roll stealth with
Oh.
advantage. Wow, I got the exact same rolls.
Nice.
I rolled a
That's supposed to be
16,
really good.
Okay.
Supposed to be really good D20.
and then
I got a 19,
19.
and a 23.
Perfect. Okay, so you guys.
I got
So
an
I got a
18 and an
23.
18.
so 16 and 18. What's for with a Oh no. I rolled a 16, and then I rolled plus 3, 21.
Nice. Nice.
We are ninjas right now, people.
Yeah. Oh goodness.
The barbarian has managed to be a ninja, and she is shocked. She is so
It's like
shocked.
hulking
'Cause
giant
Oh, if you want
is
I didn't
shock, I
now.
realize
can
it was
shock.
because I got a.
If you
It
want
was
to be
because I got
shocked,
a
I can
nat
shock
20.
and grasp
That's
the
why.
water.
So you
I
guys
am
make
like
your
the
way
wind.
stealthily towards the water.
A leaf on the
and
wind.
Wade your way
No.
in stealthily as Nat Rockbreaker walks up upon the kobolds stark naked and says, "Ah, it's good to be back. How are you guys doing this fine evening?" And the kobolds kind of look at each other, kind of look at her, kind of look at each other, kind of look at her, and they start snickering and laughing. So you guys get
I'm not sure how to take any of this.
so before we
This is
enter an official
very
combat, you
confusing.
guys get a maneuver here or an action so that you know you can kind of surprise them or whatever. So I'll go ahead and leave that up to you what you guys want to do here. Would you like to do? You have the sneak advantage at this point.
I've got a hunting trap, but that probably wouldn't be a good thing at this point.
I would like
Does
to.
anybody
I would like to slap one with my whip.
Whip. You can whip it.
I would
Probably
like to
do
take some
less damage. I would like to whip it good.
Okay.
You whip it. I
And
will
probably not
I will
kill
take
it.
out my. I would like to take out my rope and try to lasso one to capture him.
Okay. So whip, lasso. Oops, wrong person. And
You have a lasso?
Um,
I can make
Lily,
a lasso. I've
what
got
would you
rope.
like to do?
I'm Southern. Leave me alone.
Southern and Scottish.
No,
Wait, no,
that's
that's the other
Nat.
Nat. Yeah, sorry.
It's a different Nat. Trust me.
Yeah,
Way
yeah.
different.
No resemblance to anyone.
No resemblance to real people at all.
Totally fictitious.
all right. So go ahead and let's roll here.
I for one am dressed.
Let's see. Same thing. Roll with advantage because D20, and we'll take the higher number. Let's see if we're successful there.
For mine, would I use athletics?
Yeah, because it's something that's gonna cause as a
For user.
yeah.
Okay.
So and whip. Nice.
18.
18. Jake, go ahead and roll with advantage.
Hey, I got it right that time. Okay,
Hey, oh.
so that's a 20. I figured it out. You have to do. Yeah, you have to. If you want to do advantage, you do 2d20 d1, so that it drops the lowest one, and then you can add your whatever afterwards. That's how that works. I knew there was a way to do it.
All right, so very quickly and stealthily, you guys leap out of the water and whip a kobold, and he gets knocked to the ground, wrapped by his feet, and the other one is now tied from a beautiful lasso swing. Lily, would you like to do anything?
Sleep. Or anything.
You're muted.
I
I
think your
think you're
sound
muted.
is out.
I think you're muted. Yeah, we can't hear you. Which is fine, because, you know, got that weird kind of voice. Oh, wait, she can hear me still. My bad. Yeah, sorry. Drea, text me. I can't hear you. Sorry. She's gonna start texting me all her moves. Okay, so as of right now, we seem to have incapacitated two small kobolds. All right, I got you on speaker. Go ahead.
Okay, so I wanted to pull them into the water and shock them. My parents into technical difficulty.
No worries. Okay, so let's go ahead and you're gonna kind of yank with them. Go ahead and make an athletics roll.
Okay. Where is my pictures are doing things.
Oh, you got a weird echo too.
Hear the speaker.
Can you hear her on my phone, guys?
Yeah.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little low.
Yep.
Okay. All right, Drake, go ahead. What's your athletics?
That is the 20.
Nice. All right, so Lily comes up behind the both of you, pulls onto the whip and rope. The rope happens to be named Nene, so she pulls onto the whip, and
Of course.
yes, the rope pulls them into water and then does her shocking grasp. Unfortunately, you guys are also in the water as well, and will feel the.
Why? I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, isn't. And since they're in the
Excuse
water,
me.
they have to get extra damage.
That was a mistake.
All right, so
What
go
did you
ahead.
say?
Roll for your shocking grasp damage.
I will only touch
Oh,
them
God.
if they have. Okay, that is an 8. And they get
My
advantage
God.
because they're in the water.
Alrighty, so guys, go ahead and make a let's make
We
a
all take 8
dexterity
damage?
check to see if you guys see what she's doing. Be like, "What are you doing?" and try to jump out of the water at the last second.
A dex check, okay.
Oh,
God,
beautiful.
Oh my goodness! Wow, it looks like Cram just
Lovely.
got shocked. Oh,
I got
save
13.
11, so
Is
that's
that
good.
good enough?
Yes.
I apologize.
Oh, thank God. I managed to get out of the water going,
How much
Jesus.
damage am I taking?
Yes. Hervor is able to jump out of the water, and at the last second, as poor Cram gets shocked from beneath, as 2 kobolds are knocked unconscious in the water. You said 8, correct?
Yes.
Oh. Oof. Okay, well, let's go ahead and split that amongst 3 people. So we'll
Well-
say, it's 3,
Wait,
3, and 2.
wait,
We'll take 2. Take
wait.
2 damage there, Mr. Cram.
All right, 18 left. Here we go.
And you've got some unconscious
Fantastic.
kobolds slightly sizzling in the water. So jumped out of the water. No, thank you.
And a slightly sizzling cram.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Have
At this
mercy.
point, Nat Rockbreaker walks up next to you, and she says, "Wow, great job, guys!" And she says, "Oh, oops, wait, I forgot." And she heads back and grabs her miner's gear and packs and lantern as she stands there,
Good.
stark naked, holding her gear and equipment again. Alrighty, so
Can I be heard through
Yes,
roll
we can
20?
hear you now.
oh yeah,
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Hey, there we go.
There we go.
perfect. Yeah, I think it was just a bad connection. Alrighty, so with that, you quickly make haste and are able to tie up 2 unconscious kobolds, both of which appear to be breathing and alive, but slightly worse for wear. All right. So Cram just
I want to tie them up extremely well.
Yes.
I know how to hog tie people. I vouch we do that.
Sure.
I think
I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna go over here and dry myself off and recover from all this
Shake it off.
abuse.
I'm
Shake it
sorry about that shocking situation.
Abuse.
Yeah.
No, you're
That's some
not.
dirt on it.
meat. There's this,
Where are we
there's
at on
this,
time?
this delicious
Oh, not
smell
bad.
of cooked meat. What is that?
Mhm.
Um,
Cooked tiefling.
To cook even.
So,
As a barbarian, I find that
Nat,
irresistible.
where's it at? Okay, so Nat says, well, that was quite interesting. I hope Dom's okay. I think we should make haste and check to see if my brethren is still here. She's a little worried now. She's getting a little
Okay.
concerned that seeing these kobolds may be a bad omen. She
Let's
starts.
stash the tied up kobolds in the passageway so that nobody finds them, and head in very cautiously.
Okay, so let's tie up some kobolds. And she's kind of making haste, so she's a little bit further in front of you, probably about 20 to 30 feet in front of you. As she
Rush ahead! Don't rush ahead.
As she runs forward and she says, "What? What did you say?" She suddenly sets off what appears to be a rudimentary trap, probably some sort of kobold trap, and she's caught up in a snare, and she's kind of dangling a little bit from the side of what appears to be a small outpost of some kind. Looks like probably an area in which the dwarves kind of set up inside of the mining area. And now you see a half-naked dwarf hanging like a piñata right next to what appears to be a large wooden entrance.
No offense, Nat, but I think maybe it's safer for you to stay there for the moment.
Alright, so as you approach, you can see in front of you, you've got a half-naked female dwarf hanging from a rudimentary snare trap. Just to the left of you guys is a large wooden door leading into what appears to be some sort of kind of outpost or shelter. Nothing else seems to be catching your mind or catching your eye at this point. It's very dimly lit. It is definitely a cavernous area, but nothing else. There's a kind of a passageway to, or not passage, but a little pathway to the right and a pathway to the left that goes kind of around this little outpost. But other than that, the only thing you see in here is just the rushing of water from the bridge that you just crossed.
Have low light vision or dark vision, so somebody might need to take point that's got better vision than me in this setting.
Pretty sure the elf has dark vision, correct? Elves usually have that, Drea?
I have dark
elves,
vision.
Elves usually have low light.
low
Drows
light.
have, or tieflings and
Tieflings
drows
have dark.
I have
Yeah,
I have
I have
dark. I have dark vision.
low light.
No way. Okay.
How do you have dark vision? I thought elves had low light.
Elves have dark vision. I'm a high elf.
One
Oh.
of those type of elves. Okay. All right. So, you guys want to take the kind of lead while the barbarian kind of
Sure.
behind? Where are we headed? You want to head inside, or you want to explore around the outside of it?
I don't know. So let's do a little exploring, I think.
Explore on the outside before, so we know our escape routes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like that idea.
So you've got right, left. You guys want to split? Do you want to head the same direction?
Follow
Well,
because
since
I've got bad vision.
I can go off on my own while those two stick together, because I have magic to protect me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because
so,
splitting the party is always a good idea.
Right, so let's head around the side. Okay. Lily, as you head around to the right side, you notice that the outpost has been damaged. There is a ruptured wall full of rubble. On this particular side of the outpost, it looks like a large creature of some kind made its way through here. Can't really tell from the footprints, but it definitely appears that it has damaged the side of the building. So if you'd like, you can make an investigation check to see if you can identify what caused the damage. Okay, you got a
That is a 13
with a modifier or without?
with 14 with modifier.
14 modifier. Okay. So you definitely are able to tell that a large creature made its way through here. From the footprints, it appears to be reptilian in nature. You can't really tell if it was something along the lines of a dragon, or maybe a gator, or something along those lines. Definitely kind of scurried and made its way through here and knocked down this area.
Okay.
Definitely was not of human, or trying to not say
He was
human,
the-
person.
He
Definitely
was
not a
the
person.
dragonborn.
Meanwhile, Hervor and Cram, you guys make a way to the other side, and you see what appears to be a stockpile of minerals loaded within several crates. You also notice that there are barrels and sacks that appear to be some kind of nourishment, things like food, ale, supplies in general for mining. But the crates, Graham, catch your eye in particular. You definitely see several large, shiny gemstones.
Mm.
Do you guys
Interesting.
It's a crate.
you guys like to investigate further as well to see if there's anything in here in particular?
Sure, yeah,
Yes.
yes.
Okay, let's go ahead and do some
Remember,
investigation.
Cram, those don't belong to you. What are we doing? Stealth?
Investigation. Let's see what else we can see.
Oh, investigation. Oh. Ugh.
I might see something.
Very nice. Nice.
I see nothing.
Unfortunately, Hervor, it's still fairly dark and dim in this area. You can't really see much other than some fairly sparkly types of rocks. Large, shiny rocks. Cram, however, with your vision, you are clearly able to see that these large shiny rocks are expensive gemstones, things like sapphires and diamonds and rubies, which seems quite odd to you because it doesn't appear to be that type of mine, because there are crates in here that have things like coal and bits of iron ore. Doesn't appear that these gems came from this area. But you do have some room in your pockets.
Are you conveying any of this to the blind barbarian?
No.
Suddenly see Cram pick up a couple of shiny rocks from this crate.
Yeah, we're gonna swipe a couple of these because of course I am.
Put them into
Hey,
his.
pick me up a shiny rock while you're there. I like rocks.
Hey, no metagaming.
Shiny rock.
Okay.
I am
So what
telepathically
am I able to pick
communicating.
up? What am I picking up?
Let's go ahead
Putting
and
in
put in
my-
there. Let's put 2 sapphires, 2 emeralds, and a diamond. Just see them kind of just sitting on top there.
I'm like, quit wasting your time with glass. Come
I'm
on,
gonna take
you gotta find.
1 emerald and 1 sapphire.
Okay, 1 emerald, 1 sapphire.
He's just leaving the others.
Well, I don't want to take everything, then they'll know. See, this way, maybe they thought they had 2, but they really only had 1. Maybe they had some double vision from all those drinks.
Going back to Lily here, you definitely see some motion coming from behind the rubble from the inside of the little outpost there. Some movement. You can definitely hear that Rockbreaker giggling and laughing as she's hanging upside down still. Several feet.
She's gonna just be really creepy, and she's the mastermind behind all of this.
All right, so
Yeah, I could see that.
would you like to continue your way around? Did you want to go in still? Or you want to keep looking?
Can I do an investigation check and see if there's anything else on the outside that might be alluring?
Okay, so you want to kind of peek your way around, see. Go ahead.
I want to decide if I want to go in or not. 20.
All right, so kind of peek around the back end, and you see that there's a little bit more rubble back there, and there appears to be the path kind of winding away around this outpost. But as you peer back inside, you definitely see what appears to be a person of some kind in the back corner of a room from inside the outpost, and they appear to be bound, wrapped up, or tied up. I see it through the rubble. Like, wait, I think there's somebody tied up back there. It looks like they're kind of wiggling around.
Can I go and see if I can see what they're tied with, and then maybe cut them down again?
and take a look at that. Do you want to kind of make your way through the rubble there?
Yeah.
All right, so you kind of walk in through there. What about you two? You guys want to keep going around and check out the back entrance? You guys want to head back? We're going to be coming up on time.
Kind of want to go see what the front entrance is, but yeah, probably might have to actually explore this area the next session.
Yeah. So let's kind of head you back. You see a naked dwarf hanging there, and kind of make your way into the front entrance. As you see Lily coming in from the rubble, and there appears to be signs of a scuffle, broken tables and crates and weapons along the floor. Several what appears to be dead bodies lying in the far corner of the room, and there is a dwarf tied up, bound, and gagged, and he's kind of wiggling about back and forth. And before you know it, in front of your very eyes, 3 skeletons begin to rise up from the ground and continue. Dun dun dun.
To be continued.
Yeah. Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Next time
That's
on
up next.
No.
All right, so
next
we'll
time on generic animated Japanese show.
So we'll go ahead and we'll pick up next time from here. We'll go ahead and end our session for today. So let's kind of just do a quick recap. You guys are looking for Dom Shortbeard. You acquired his companion here, his employee, Nat Rockbreaker, who seems to be very in love with nature.
Very in love with nature.
And you've also been asked to bring back a couple of kobolds alive. And upon your entrance into this dwarven outpost, you find what appears to be a dwarf tied up and skeletons rising from. We will continue on this time. That's a good job. Awesome. All right. We will hand out experience points at the beginning of the next session, if that's okay, because I got to do some adding here, see what you guys killed.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
And what you captured, because I got to do.
Are we doing actual points, or we do? I was gonna ask if we were doing points or milestones, but I'm guessing points.
Points? Yeah, I'm more familiar with the points area as it works. I have to go through and calculate what we killed, because that's.
Sure.
You get. I know you get 100 for killing
No
the 2
problem.
drow. I don't remember the spiders, and there was a couple of things you guys discovered in your adventure. So I'm going to go through. So.
Okay.
I want to say.
You don't have to do it now. Do your thing.
Yeah, I
Yep.
want to say.
Probably-
probably somewhere in the round of 250 to 300. So.
Oh,
Well, we can say that. Let's do a proper outro, I think, and
Perfect. So, can one of you guys call John just to make sure we're gonna wrap this up so he knows? First of all, for those of you who are watching, I want to thank you all for getting through this adventure. We're going to continue on for a couple more sessions, so hopefully we'll see you back next week. Again, we run our sessions from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This session, of course, was sponsored by Wizards of the Coast and brought to you by Little Shop of Magic here in Las Vegas. Again, thank you to our players, Drea, Jake, and Natalie. I am Dom the Goblin. And hopefully we'll see you guys next time around. This is a good way of seeing how a campaign works, how it runs, the storyline, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys for a few words before we stop our stream. Anything you guys want to comment on? I mean, I'll take constructive and or negative criticism, especially from Drea.
Okay, well, I'll have a long list, so sit tight. We got another hour.
oh boy,
I'm kidding.
that's the
Criticism,
after
none
show.
of it creative.
No, I definitely think
None of my
the-
criticism is constructive.
the quick entrance of battle was quite on it. I have, in my times of playing D&D, I've probably only been in a battle about 3 or 4 times because a lot of it was just story, but I like how we got into it.
Good.
We can probably be more, we quite jumped into it not really knowing who the backgrounds of who we're looking for, so I think more background of the NPCs would probably be kind of nice.
Okay. That's good. I actually, the funny thing is I have a lot of background here. So yeah, that's good. I can definitely incorporate that. Awesome. What do you guys think so far? What we're looking at?
That was a lot of fun.
Good.
It was a pretty good start to a campaign. I'm liking our character dynamics here.
That's good.
I'm sure Cram is not really enjoying the whole prank and being shocked aspect, but you know, it's part of the
Nature
part
Girl
of
is
the
a
fun.
little Interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, otherwise, just thanks to Wizards of the Coast for sponsoring the stream and everything. It's a real pleasure, real treat. And yeah, looking forward to the next one next week.
Cool beans. Yeah, let's see who we run across so far NPC wise. And let's see, we've got Josh,
We got
Curly Beard.
Yes.
Talked about Dom Shortbeard. Haven't met him yet. Jake Farm State.
Yes.
John.
John Ironbreaker.
Steven.
John Outbreaker and yes, Stephen something.
Stephen Bertray. That was that one.
Yes.
A couple of name drops in here.
Andrea.
Andrea Dumas.
Cat,
Dumas.
Dumont, yes.
Yeah. Kat Anime. I think so far as we've
Where'd you come up with the last name?
A lot of the jokes here, for those watching, those may or may not be related to people we may or may not know that may or may not be at the store.
Completely unrelated.
Completely
Let's just put it
Not
that way.
that my name was
Totally fictitious.
unrelated.
Totally fictitious.
Now, where did you get all the last
Nobody-
names
Yeah.
from?
Honestly, I actually
really?
had my daughter do these.
We lost you. We lost you, Dom.
Your last
Did
year.
you guys lose me?
You're cutting out.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Gotta be closer to the mic.
Yeah, we can barely hear you.
Oh, whoa.
Yes.
There you are.
Must have hit something.
Oh, yeah.
My bad. Go record or something. No, I was just saying that my daughter helped me make up some names. So I gave her ideas. Can you hear me now?
We couldn't hear you that.
Oh, well.
Nope.
He said his daughter picked them.
Ah, okay.
His daughter picked the names.
Well, the last name.
Amazing.
That's what I heard.
The
Huh.
last names,
Yeah.
yeah.
She's good at that.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yes,
Well,
those
except for
they're
one of
pretty good.
I'm willing to bet Jake Farm State was not his daughter, though. I'm
Oh,
willing
it
to bet Jake
definitely
Farm
was.
What? What are you talking
It
about?
definitely
No, that's
was.
definitely his daughter.
That was definitely.
Already. I don't know where.
Whoa.
Okay, Dom.
Oh,
you are
whoa, Dom,
sounding
you're
so
static.
That
staticky.
was
No.
That was awful.
Ears are painful. Gonna have to ask you to step away, or actually step closer to the microphone.
yeah, step closer.
Just- Oh.
I would say go
Is he
into
gone?
the light, but we can't do that. He's left us for John.
He's
All right,
yeah.
and we realized who the real mastermind of this was all along.
Me. No.
No.
Not even
Oh,
close. Not
no,
really.
not even.
Not even a little. Something like that.
Nah.
Dom?
Still suspicious of the naked dwarf.
I'm pretty sure
mean-
the gnome did it.
What? What's that? Huh? Huh? What? I heard
Are you
my
there?
name.
Are you
Oh,
back?
never mind, he's
Hey,
alive.
okay.
Alright. No, John's going to go ahead and we're going to stop the feed for today. So thanks, guys. Have a good one. Again, thank you, Wizards of the
Yep.
Coast, for sponsoring this, and we'll see you next week.
All right.